Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the Miss Fin Show. I am your host, Miss Fins. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming through. Much appreciated, guys. Oh man, you know what I'm gonna say. You know what I'm gonna ask. Go ahead and do me a favor and hit that like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to have a fun game. You and I will be the GM right now of our NFL team, and we're gonna be making some choices, ladies and gentlemen. Why? Because it's the off season, and you know what? We could talk about anything. So right now, go ahead and hit that like button for us. As you can see, the title of the game today, we're going to be talking about of the game. Wow, of the show. We're going to be talking about ranking the 2020 quarterback class, and who you would want for the next 5 years. That's what we're going to be talking about today. I want to hear from you guys. I'm putting a poll um, in the community tab. So go back into the channel so you can see and you can rank it yourself. Because they are the top five. There were in total. There were 13 quarterbacks taken in the 2020 draft. Only really the top five for starting quarterbacks. The other eight, yeah, the other eight are backups, and to be honest with you, and looking at that, only two of them really were actually considered viable backups that actually ended up playing in the game. So, but yes, you and I will be the GM. We're gonna go through the quarterbacks. We're gonna have a lot to consider, guys, because it's not just such a cut and dry. You know what I mean? And what inspired today's show was actually Shannon Sharp and Chad Ochocinco. I thought it was very interesting. They went ahead and did it, but we're gonna go through all of that in a little bit. But first, hit that like button, subscribe, guys. If you're catching the replay, thank you so much for catching the replay. I really do appreciate it. Do me a favor, leave a comment. Give me your top five. How would you rank these five, and which one of these QBs would you like to have for the next 5 years? So, how would you rank them from 1 to 5 with the top five? Top one being the number one that you would want based on these five quarterbacks from the 2020 draft. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as always, public service announcement. Go ahead and please debate your little hearts away. We love debating around here. We love to go and talk about opposing views. Yes, absolutely. What? You mean we get to learn from other people here? Yes, you do. Okay? But be kind. That's all we ask. Be kind. Rewind. Uh, be kind to each other. That's all we ask. Be kind, but please debate. We love debates around here. You can find Miss Fans Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern, every Monday to Friday. So please go ahead and continue to support the channel and become a member. Yes, that's another great way. Thank God we've made the requirements. We finally have memberships. And shout out to all of our members that keep us going. You guys literally are amazing. Thank you so much. That list keeps growing every single time. And I appreciate each and every single one of you guys. So thank you so much for coming through. And as always, as I love to say, we win together, we lose together. Dolphins for life. Let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. So yes, I don't know if you guys got to watch. It's a short clip. It was actually very interesting. So Shannon Sharp and Chad Ochocinco, about a day or so ago, they actually were discussing this former Vikings GM. And what this former Vikings GM said is that based on the top five quarterbacks that were drafted in the 2020 draft, he said that this is how I would set up my next 5 years and how I would rank each quarterback. Now, hold up. Before you get into your feelings, there's a lot to consider in this list. It's not just about popularity or just accomplishments or this and that. You got to take several things into consideration. Okay. And those things that we have to take into consideration, one of them to me, the most important is health. So, absolutely health. This to me has to be the number one thing we must consider when it comes to the players. So, now that we're talking about the individual players that we're referring to, who would we perhaps want to go ahead and have as a quarterback? Um, there you go. Then number one, in my opinion, has to be considered, and that would be health. You must consider, your best ability is availability. Like if you're not there, how are you going to be able to help out your team? You know what I mean? So with that, that's why I thought, okay, what would be the best thing to consider? To me, the most important thing is you have to be available. The second thing that we can go ahead and consider when it comes to these players and what you want to consider is their actual team and offense. So you need to consider also too their team and offense. What do you mean, Miss Fins? Very simple. You're essentially talking about who do they currently have as a head coach, the scheme that they have, and the team around them. So the players that they have around them, the different factors, because that's really gonna be another telling thing. Is that coach putting them in the best position possible? Is that coach able to go ahead and maximize what that player is capable of doing? Do they have the weapons that they need to be able to go ahead and do it? So the team slash the offense to me is the second thing that we gotta consider when talking about, okay, let me go ahead and rank. Are they in the right position? Not QB wise. I mean, in the right situation for them to really excel as a QB. You know what I mean? So those are the things that I am considering because if you really take a look at it, at the end of the day, um, multiple factors have to be considered because not one of these quarterbacks are in the exact same what do you call it? They're not in the same situation, if you will. You know what I mean? And shout out to everybody in here. Good morning, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Y'all are funny too. Finally, top five. Y'all are hilarious. No way to a top five. Well, maybe on paper, but that's it. Oh man, y'all are hilarious. What's up, Lance? Kenna, Aquavision. Welcome, guys. Jeremiah. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes. Morning, Dakota, Dolphin Don. Welcome, guys. You guys are hilarious. Tua actually makes top five now. What's up, Steve? Welcome. The top four QBs will kill with Miami roster last season. Tua play his fans in this organization. Maybe, maybe. But let's go ahead and continue. Oh, wow. When I wrote that, I meant to say two. Yeah. So number two for me has to be you gotta consider the team and the actual offense and teammates, the weapons that they got around them. Okay. Number three, honestly, at the end of the day, can you win a Super Bowl with that quarterback and what they have? So that's Super Bowl potential. Realistically speaking, because again, you have to be honest with yourselves. Uh, Take your feelings out, and we're ranking them. We're ranking them. It doesn't mean to me these five quarterbacks all have Super Bowl potential, but some have more of a Super Bowl potential than others. So we're gonna be ranking these, and then I'm gonna go over what they said as far as why they ranked it the same. And I think that those top three reasons are kind of the most important things, really, if you take a look at it. I feel like those things are gonna be the ones that you'll be able to go ahead and utilize to rank these actual QBs. So you tell me, do you agree? Do you agree that health, team, offense, health, team, and offense, and then Super Bowl potential, those are um, great ways to use to rank these three guys? Put yes or no in the comment section. I just want to see what you guys think. Or is there something else you think we should consider when ranking these quarterbacks? You know what I mean? Remember, nobody's gonna be off the list. This will be a 1 through 5. Um, what are we thinking? Because to me, I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. Being able to go ahead and get these different scenarios going and kind of talking about these things. I think is a lot of fun. Little change of pace for us. You know. So let me know. Do you agree? Health being, in my opinion, the most important one. Two, the head coach that they have, and the offensive scheme that they have, and the players they have around them. And three, that Super Bowl potential. If you is there something else you guys think that we should use to go ahead um, and use to qualify these guys? Mm? What are we thinking? No Super Bowls are team accomplishments. No, 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 no. I said Super Bowl potential. Can they help you to get to the Super Bowl? Like, that's pretty much it. Can they help you to get to the Super Bowl? If the answer is yes, then that quarterback will be ranked higher. Everybody's being ranked, guys. So, um, here comes the iteration, but I love it. It's okay. I love it. Hit that like button for us, guys. Hit the like button and let everybody else know that we are live and that we're going. We need 10 more likes, guys. Go ahead and give it 10 more likes. I'm gonna go ahead and go over what Shannon Sharp's rankings were, what Chad Ochocinco's rankings were, and what the former Vikings GM ranking was as well. Because I thought, this is actually very interesting. Very, very interesting. And you know what? I actually really enjoyed the little video clip. I really did. So that's why I'm like, you know what? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So you let me know, ladies and gentlemen. Anything else you guys think we should use to rank these guys? Hmm? Nothing else? All right, perfect. So let me go ahead and go over the actual list that they went through. So, as you guys may or may not know, the top 5 quarterbacks that got drafted in the 2020 NFL draft. Number 1 was Joe Burrow. At 5 was Tua Tagovailoa. At 6 was Justin Herbert. At 26 was Jordan Love. And at 53 in the second round was Jalen Hurts. Okay. So all those Were the top five. Again, there were other quarterbacks like Jacob Eason, James Morgan, Jake Fromm, Jake Luton, Cole McDonald, Ben DiNucci, Thomas Stevens, Nate Stanley. I figure I just name them just so they can get a little shout out. Out of the other eight quarterbacks, only Jacob Eason and Jake Fromm really were have actually had playing times. Everybody else, have y'all ever heard of them? I mean, I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm being serious. Uh, I haven't really heard of them. So, the top five: Joey B, Joe Burrow, Tua Money Vailoa, Justin the Rocket Thompson. Oh wait, that's Skylar. My bad. I just always have Skylar in my mind. Justin Herbert, Jordan Love, and Jalen Hurts. Those five were there. Now, this former um, Minnesota Vikings GM Rick Spielman, he ended up ranking the quarterbacks from the 2020 NFL draft class and said, okay, these is how I would rank these quarterbacks for the next 5 years, meaning wherever they are right now in their journey, because this would be year five for all of them, right? That it's coming up in 2024. So year five is coming up in 2024. For the next 5 years, what am I ranking these quarterbacks? So he actually did ended up ranking and I thought, man, this is so interesting. You know, 'cause so, I know sometimes people want to go ahead and rank them just because, oh, well, we like this guy, we don't like this other guy. Oh, I'm about to say, there you go. Sorry. Completely forgot to do something. One second, guys. This is what we're live. There it is. Okay. So, you're wondering some opportunities here. And you're able to go ahead and see it here as well. Let me go ahead and share this. I just want to go ahead and share. So I'm a visual person. I don't know about you. So I like to go ahead and visualize these. Here you go. So this is how they ranked them. You see? Ranking the 2020 QB class you want as your QB the next 5 years. This is why I'm asking you guys this. Because I thought this was wow, what an interesting question, you know? What do we want these quarterbacks to be ranked, right? Well, I mean, I think it's a legitimate question. Why not? Now we can hear it, and I wish I can play this, but I don't want to get copywritten, so I won't. But it is a very interesting. You can literally Google it, YouTube it, if you want to go ahead and hear it. I'm not trying to get copywritten, but I'm gonna essentially give you a play by play, if you will. Okay. So with this, again, they're ranking it the way the former Vikings GM ranked it was very simple, just like this. So he took Jordan Love first, then he put Joe Burrow second, Justin Herbert third, Jalen Hurts fourth, and Tua Tagovailoa five. And the things that they were able to go ahead and consider are the same things that we consider too. You have to take in consideration the health aspect. And let's be honest, with the exception of Jordan Love, every other quarterback has had some sort of injury that took them out for multiple games. Some even way more than that. I mean, Joe Burrow has only played two full seasons. You know what I mean? In his entire rookie contract so far. Tua has played one. Herbert missed. almost half a season in one of them. So, and then Jalen Hurts definitely missed several games due to different injuries. So now, granted, all four of them, meaning Joe Burrow, um, Justin Herbert, Jalen Hurts, and Tua, all four have been playing since their rookie years. So they have 4 years of playing time underneath their belts. Okay. Jordan Love just started this past year because he spent 3 seasons behind Aaron Rodgers. So he hasn't really had any any real reason why. You know what I mean? Now, we're gonna be GMs, and I'm gonna go ahead and ask you guys because I think again, I think this is very interesting. What do you think? And we're gonna utilize our, what we mentioned here when it comes to health. How do we rank? How do we rank these guys? Because in my opinion, if you're just gonna go by health, then you have to take into consideration the fact, whether you like it or not, that just because he hasn't been playing that much, Jordan Love has to be the number one. If you're just gonna go just based on health, technically he's been the one that has to be number one. You see what I mean? Because he's technically the healthiest one. I would say, me personally, if I'm ranking just purely on health, I'd put Jordan Love first. I would put Jalen Hurts second. I would put Herbert third. I will put Tua fourth and Joe Burrow fifth. And why Joe Burrow last, ladies and gentlemen? Because Joe Burrow practically missed out this entire season, this past season. At least Tua has played uh, at least half, if not more than half, of the season every single season. He's been, even though he's been, injured the first three, he at least played half of the season at minimum. So I can't put him last. And he just finished his full season this past season. But Joe Burrow literally missed out this entire season and has also missed out the majority of another season as well, plus a couple of games in the other season. So for me, health wise, I have to rank it as Jordan Love number one, Jalen Hurts second, Justin Herbert third, Tua fourth, and Joe Burrow fifth. What do you guys think? Do you guys agree? Do you guys agree? I know Jordan Love only played last year, but they are the top five quarterbacks, and they're all of them got drafted in the first or second round. So, yeah. When it comes to just injury, remember, we're just talking about their health and availability. What do you rank? See, thank you, Dolphin Don. He's got the how you doing? What's up? How you doing, Dolphin Don? Just rank them real quick when it comes to just health. And guys, if you're feeling triggered because I added Jordan Love, you can still take him out, and my ranking would still stay the same. I would still put Jalen Hurts then first, Justin Herbert second, Tua third, and Joe Burrow fourth. So relax, people. My lord. I get Jordan Love has only played 1 year, but he is top five. He got drafted in the top five QBs out of all the QBs in the 2020 season. So gotta put him in there too. What do you guys think? Somebody give me your top five just based on health. And while I get that, then now I'm gonna be going into what about their team, their offense, and their head coach. So when it comes to the team, offense, and head coach, okay, Shannon Sharp, he actually ranked them the same way that this GM has his actual ranking. So he put Jordan Love first. For remember, it's for the next 5 years. You're the GM, and how would you rank? Which one would you want for the next 5 years moving forward as your starting QB? Okay. And if you consider the team, the offense, the head coach, the players around that player, um, Shannon Sharp actually picked Joe Burrow one. I mean, Jordan Love one, Joe Burrow two, Justin Herbert three, Jalen Hurts fourth, 205. Chad Ochocinco overall, he picked Joe Burrow first, Jordan Love second, and then he said between Herbert, Hurts, and Tua, it honestly is just by regular preference. Um, because they're to him, they're kind of very similar. I thought, okay. But he for sure picked Joe Burrow one, Love two for the next 5 years. Now, I'm asking you guys, who do you guys pick as your depending on their situation? So when they talk about team, when we talk about their offense, we're talking about their offensive scheme. Do they have the players that they need to run that effectively? Is the head coach maximizing that player's potential to put them in the best position for them to succeed? Okay. And do they have the weapons to be able to utilize to get them to be successful as well? So put it in there. What would be your 1 through 5 ranking? And you could literally just give me their last name. You can say, okay, well then Hertz to Burrow, Love, Herbert, whatever you guys rank. Go ahead and put it in there. For me personally, when it comes to this, if we're gonna go by team, their offense and their head coach situation, this was actually kind of interesting for me. And do not take this the wrong way. I'm gonna go 5 through 1. 5 meaning the one that I think has the least what do you call it? The least best situation, and then upwards. Okay. But before I do, let's see what you guys got here real quick. You're just not gonna put Tua's name. Got it. Michael K says Burrow, Herbert, Love, Hurts, Rosen. It means to. Kenna says Joe Burrow, Love, Hurts, Justin, and then Tua. Okay. Hey, those are valid. Those are valid points. You guys are hilarious. I can't. Some people don't understand that this is the off season and we could literally talk about anything. And the draft is definitely several weeks away. So we'll talk about draft. But I'm not talking about draft today, so deal with it. Anyways, I'm telling you, some people. Um, let's continue because clearly, let's see here. So as far as when it comes to their team and their situation, who I think has the least opportunity really right now, in my opinion, this was hard, man, because they're all kind of the same. That's the hard part about this one. So if I have to rank it, no, I'm gonna go. Who has the best situation right now? And the very, very, very best situation when it comes to offense, in my opinion, has to be Jalen Hurts. So when it comes to team offense, I'm putting Hurts first. I think he has the best offense overall with the with the players that he's got. But you know what? Nick Sirianni. That's the uh yeah, you're considering online. Yeah. You're considering online. You guys, when I say offense and I say team, I'm talking about the entire offense. So I'm talking about their head coach, their O line, the weapons they got. That's what I mean by offense. The scheme that they're playing. Now I'm thinking about it. Never mind. I can't put Hurts first. Nick Sirianni is, I don't know what's wrong with that man, so I can't take him. I can't put him first. No, mm-mm, I can't. If anything, and I know it's recent, and I know he only played one season. I actually think Jordan Love might actually have the best opportunity right now. It's a young core. The system fits. The head coach, um, I believe, put him in the best situation. So I might have to go Hurts. I mean, Love on this one for the player that has the best situation for them. Remember, it's for the next 5 years. So we got to take all of that into consideration. What's up, everybody? And Bills, welcome. Hey, Timothy, welcome, welcome. Good morning. Uh, the way I look at it, Hurts and Burrow have everything around them, so it's hard to judge who actually better when it comes to skill. It's true, it's true, but we're considering, who would you want within the next 5 years as your QB out of the top five that were picked QBs in the 2020 draft. But you have to consider three things. So let me step out so people can go back into it. We're considering number one, their health. Your best ability is availability. Number two, we're considering the team, meaning their head coach, meaning the offensive line, the weapons they got, the scheme that fits them. Can that head coach maximize that player? And number three, there's Super Bowl potential. Do you think this quarterback gives you the best chance to get into the Super Bowl? So that's where we're ranking it. Right now, we are at oh, when it comes to health, I already said it. Now we're ranking it based on team and offense. I'd have to put the best situation right now, team and offense. Has to this one's hard. Uh I'm gonna go with Jordan Love first. I'm actually gonna go with believe it or not, I actually think I can't put him because it's too many for the next 5 years. Too many things up in the air, but I don't think it'll be last. So yeah, I'll put it like this. And then okay. So I got Love first. I'm gonna go with Joe Burrow second. And this is only based on the team and the offense. Okay. So I got Jordan Love first, Joe Burrow second, Justin Herbert third. And that's really because he got Harbaugh. And if you really take a look at it, and Shannon Sharp make this point, the reason why you want to go with Harbaugh with Herbert is because he just got Harbaugh as his head coach. He's been great with his QBs and maximizing what they're able to do. He's had Alex Smith, Andrew Luck, even Colin Kaepernick. So when it comes to having quarterbacks and really knowing how to deal with quarterbacks, John Harbaugh is a really great a really great quarterbacks coach. Because of that situation, I gotta put him third. I put Tua fourth and Jalen Hurts fifth. Even though, I mean, you can swap Tua and Hurts if you want to, only because of the ups and downs, with the O line and not having an O line and stuff. Right now, I think the team that's most disadvantaged, and it's not even his fault, is Tua because we have so many players we still have to sign. Um, but I would still take excuse me, I would still take Mike McDaniel over Nick Sirianni, even though I know Nick Sirianni technically took them to the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? I just, no, I'm sticking with McDaniel first before I do Sirianni. But that's my personal opinion. Based on team and offense, what do you guys think? How would you rank this, guys? Timothy, yeah, we went through health, and I ranked the quarterbacks based on health. Um, Joe Burrow, actually, for me personally, I put him last. I definitely have to put him last, in my opinion. To me, when it comes to straight up health, Jordan Love is number one. I know he only played 1 year versus the other guys playing four, but he's still the healthiest. Number two, Hurts. When it comes to health, number three, Herbert, and number four, Tua, and number five, definitely Joe Burrow. I can't even. And that was just based on health. Based on health, Joe Burrow got to be last. Tua definitely second to last at fourth, but Joe Burrow got to be last. You got to take, if you're gonna just rank them by health, straight up health. To me, Joe Burrow has to be last because I even said it. Tua at least played at minimum half, if not 3 quarters of the year in the first 3 years, and then last year played the full year. Joe Burrow missed all of last year and played a handful of games in one of the other, literally handful of games, one of the other years, and has only been healthy for what, 1 year, 1.5 years. So I know there were freak injuries, G man, and good morning to you, sir. But you still have to consider all of that. You have to take all that into consideration. And then the last thing is Super Bowl potential. Can this quarterback take you to the Super Bowl? You know what I mean? And I know people are gonna get in their feelings like, "Oh my God, my fans, blah blah blah," but it's a legitimate thing. You know what I mean? Now, interestingly enough, only two in this list already took you to the Super Bowl. You know, and that would be Joe Burrow and Jalen Hurts. So within the next 5 years, do they have, traditionally speaking, the best chance of doing it? So I would put Burrow first for Super Bowl potential because he already took you there. I'd put Hurts second because again he already took you there. But if you want to rank the last three quarterbacks who haven't had a chance yet and with Super Bowl potential, that's where, in my opinion, the real um, interesting thing comes about. So, actually, don't cancel this. There you go. So, when it comes to Super Bowl potential, ladies and gentlemen, again, I'm putting Burrow once. He's already made it there and was one play away from winning the Super Bowl. If it wasn't for that, literally one completion away from winning the Super Bowl. So I gotta put him one. Hurts, well, he was like 3 minutes away from winning the Super Bowl. But then you still got Love, you got Tua, you got Herbert. So between those three, who right now gives you the best position, the best opportunity to get you to the Super Bowl? And there's several things that you got to consider, in my opinion, when it comes to this. Um, One being, okay, who's the head coach? Um, has that coach already have success or not? Um, does the team have the weapons for that player? And what about the closest when it comes to getting to the actual opportunity? So right now, if we're gonna just go based on the last three guys, not Burrow, not Hurts, because they already got you there. To me, that's one and two. Then and this is Super Bowl potential. Remember, it's potential. Then I feel like you need to consider all of those things I just mentioned between the head coach and things like that. I think Herbert, because of his head coach, just getting his brand new head coach, I think that he does give you the best opportunity. I think John Harbaugh will be able to put him in the best opportunity. Like I mentioned, what he's already been able to do, he'll be able to put him in the best opportunity to get it and fix that defense, because that's the issue in that team. It's not Herbert, in my opinion. It's definitely that defense. The um, so fixing that defense, fix putting Herbert in the best position, that would work. When it comes to Love, do the Packers have the offense and defense to get to the Super Bowl that would allow him to help you get to the Super Bowl? Hmm. Does he? And whether you like it or not, ladies and gentlemen, and you can disagree with me all you want. I don't care what anybody says when it comes to this particular point I'm about to make. You're not moving me off this post. No matter who we have as a DC, no matter which players we have as a DC, the Miami Dolphins defense is always good. It's always good. Always good. So, um, I'd have to say that right now, based on the team that they have, based on what they, because we're looking ahead for the next 5 years. Wow, this is actually kind of tough. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, for Super Bowl potential, Burrow 1, Hurts 2. Oh man. Oh. Okay. What's up, Greg? Uh, yeah, I'm with you. If the Packers get any better, they definitely are Super Bowl contenders. So I'm with you on that one. Same thing with the Dolphins, man. I feel like we got that. I'd have to. The best situation right now, remember, is can this quarterback help you get to the Super Bowl? Mm. Dang, Herbert, Tua, and Love, I feel like are in the same boat when it comes to this. Oh God, you see what I mean? This is tough. You know what? I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna need you guys' help. I'm dropping the link, guys. I can't do this myself. I can't. Come up here. Let's talk about this because I can't do this myself. I need help with this last one. That Super Bowl potential, man, it's kicking me. It's kicking me, and I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of rough. It's kind of rough. I can't. What do you call it? I can't get it. This is stuff because I feel like Herbert, Tua, and Love are very similar positions. At the end of the day, you don't know what the head coach with John. I mean, I expect him to be good, so I'm not saying. know that, but what's up, Crypto? Thank you so much for coming through, man. I just need help with this last one. Um, how you
No,
doing?
can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
Hmm. Actually, I think that that list ranked them in the right order.
You think so overall? So you would
Except,
well
except, except, I would switch Herbert to number four.
and put Hertz first, third. Okay. Yeah.
Uh,
Well, Shannon Sharp and the former Vikings GM, they both put it overall, considering the
Overall, yeah.
things we mentioned. You know, they put Love, Burrow, Herbert, Hertz, Tua.
Hmm.
Shadow Shosinko, he said Burrow, Love, and then honestly, take your pick between Herbert, Tua, and Hurts. You can kind of mix those three together just based on preference. For me, I kind of wanted to break it down. What's up, Lance? I wanted to
It's
break it
almost an
down.
unfortunate list for us because based on their potential between the teams and the actual, I'm ranking them how they stack up against Kansas City and how they played in the regular season and postseason against them as well, because those are the giants of the league as well. So
Okay.
I'm using that as tiebreakers. That's why I kind of brought Herbert down one because of his
Mm,
success against Kansas City versus the other
mm,
three, Love, Burrow, and Hurts have at least got one win against Kansas City under their belt.
that is true. That is true. And you know what? This is why the Super Bowl potential one, because what I want to do is break it down and then formulate like the ultimate, ranking. But the one that I'm stuck on is the Super Bowl potential because you kind of have to, you know, think about it. Can this one individual truly help you get to the Super Bowl? Now, Burrow and Hurts already got there, which is why I ranked them one and two. The real
Yeah, they've
question
already
to me
gotten
when
there.
it comes to Super Bowl
And Burrow
potential,
beat Kansas City is the only one on there that beat them multiple times at the
exactly,
playoff level and the regular season level.
exactly. And Hertz already did it once. So
So
for
that
me,
that that tells you at least their Super Bowl potential is up
exactly.
there.
That's why I put them one and two. But you
And the
have
thing
to
with Herbert, and if it
go
wasn't
ahead.
for the defense, really, because they had a horrible defense, he
Horrible.
could have beaten them if
Yeah,
it wasn't for that defense.
Yeah. So
yeah.
And
it
he
makes
is a man
so,
that would take the team on his shoulders.
so
Sorry,
you think Herbert should be third, in your opinion, if we were
Herbert
to go to
or
Super Bowl
Burrow.
potential?
Er,
I
er,
mean,
I
Given
mean
that
Burrow.
Harbaugh's been to multiple Super Bowls,
I would
also
take
the head
Burrow.
coach.
I would take
Yeah, I would
Burrow
say.
over Herbert.
Yeah,
no,
that's why I
no,
say
no.
I would
Well,
only switch Herbert
the
and
way
make
that
him
I have it
fourth.
ranked for the Super Bowl potential part, I got Burrow number one, Hertz number two. The ones that I'm like, ugh, is Herbert, Tua, and Love. You know what I mean? Because I feel like experience wise, they're all kind of very similar. So minus Love, I know he only played 1 year, and people are like up and down. I'm like, he only played 1 year. Relax, because the same would be still.
See,
Anyways,
I would go
for Super Bowl
Herbert,
potential, Super Bowl potential.
Herbert three,
Okay.
and the only reason I would put, see, I don't know. I was going to
You
say
see,
put
it's not as
two
easy.
at four. I was going to say two or four, but only because we don't have enough games for Love. I'm like, we can't really.
As overall experience, which
Uh,
is a
Right.
I'm not going to punish them for that because the
But
fact of the matter still remains.
it's still a
He's beaten
valid
enough.
point though.
He's still beating enough
yeah,
He's still beating enough
yeah.
good teams
I,
at the
I mean,
regular season and playoff level. First of all, hold on. That was no fluke that he went in there and shredded the
no.
Dallas's defense because
Nobody's
Dallas's
saying that it's
defense
a fluke. Nobody's
Dallas, Dallas, Dallas's defense is very noteworthy in what he did to them in the
Yeah,
regulars at the
is
playoff level in
insane.
their building, beating them as the first and only team to go into Dallas and win, mind you, this season. And the fact that he's actually did this and this is everybody treating this as just 1 year. This is 1 year as a starter, but
as
this
a
is
start.
fourth year as a professional football player That's the difference.
That is true.
That's why
Right.
I'm not using this one season as his quote unquote rookie season. This is fourth year professional. He sat behind Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
I was
So
just going to
this
say
this
that.
this this is not a
It's
this
true.
not I'm not looking at this as his anomaly season for him. This is what potential he's always had and always showed,
Well,
especially for the second half of the season.
this is the thing though, and you also have to take this into consideration, which I'm actually leaning towards what Lance said. My Mike Daniel has already been to the Super Bowl with the 49ers. It and actually the the towel behind
But
me.
as
Yeah,
a head coach,
as a coordinator, and
uh,
not coordinator. Sorry,
he was a
assistant
run
coach.
game coordinator.
Yeah.
But what's his name been to the Super Bowl as a coach? And he's taken two different quarterbacks to the Super Bowl. No, just one because he took Kaepernick. He went with Kaepernick as his quarterback.
Who you talking about? John?
Harbaugh.
Yeah,
Harbaugh.
Harbaugh. No, no, no. Harbaugh. I'm putting Herbert's third because of Harbaugh. You see what I mean? So because of
Yeah.
Harbaugh,
That's,
and this is that's not my overall ranking. That's just the Super Bowl. Because remember, we're doing the three first and then the overall. The three first. So you got Burrow number one as Super Bowl potential, Hurts number two, Herbert three because of Harbaugh. And yeah, I have to go. I
And
have
you
to.
also have to look at the conference that they also representing and who they have to go through to get there as well. That's why I say winning and
If you're gonna
beating
be
good
honest
team,
with you,
beating
three
teams
of
in
them
the
weren't
regular
in it.
season is a good gauge too. Beating good teams is a good gauge because you could show that you could beat good teams consistently and great and decent teams that also give you sort of an edge because you can show that you have the potential to get there to advance your advancement potential. That's why I say this list was almost spot on because I look at the totality of who have you beaten, who can you beat good that's in front of you that tend to be in front of you in the regular season and the playoffs, and what is your who do you have paired up with you to get you there?
So okay, so if we're gonna go Super Bowl potential, then love. You're gonna put Love then Tua because I'm
Yes,
sorry, I can't. No, man. How are you
loves
gonna put
pathway.
Love and then Tua? Like
Because
for
I'm
me personally.
Jesus, would you let me explain? Because
Go
I'm
ahead.
trying
Go
to
ahead.
get our homerism out of it because we're so afraid of this list that we're looking at it from a homerism standpoint and not looking at what path that who do we have to beat to get there and who we gotten there. But all of these players are in the same draft class. They have the same NFL professional experience. Number one, and the pathway to get there, who they've beaten it's Green Bay's pathway is a much more easier in his conference than Tua's pathway in our conference. Given that our makeup and our roster is going to be totally different from what Green Bay's will be.
well, I mean, yeah,
That is
and
a valid
really
point.
loves beating top, above 500 teams.
That is true. Okay. So
So you football potential, you have to factor in who you beaten
the
as far as
conference.
your good teams and your experience and what you've done in your conference. And also, to me, that tiebreaker is still Kansas City because they shown they could at least beat Kansas City at the highest level.
That Kansas City is just
They're the only
it's
team that's
lesser
gotten the
level.
most points against that Kansas City defense. If I'm
Yeah.
just ranking them both based on beating Kansas City Chiefs alone,
And you know
the
what?
Green Bay Packers is number one.
You can't get to the Super Bowl if you're in the AFC if you're not beating Kansas City at least once. So I have to, you know what, ladies and gentlemen, and this is why I
I
needed you
got
guys'
yeah.
help. This is why I needed you guys' help. When it comes to Super Bowl
Damn.
potential, we're gonna do the overall ranking in a second. But when it comes to Super Bowl potential, we've got Burrow number one is where I had it. Hurts number two, Herbert three because I think we could all agree Harbaugh. Love fourth to a five. And I wasn't putting in my homerism or anything like that. I just wanted to see, okay, you're gonna have to sell me on
If you have,
love because
right,
there's
you just
there's
have to leave
certain things that
tiebreakers. What's the tiebreaker?
yeah, exactly. And at that moment I'm like, I didn't consider that one, so I'm gonna go with you and I agree. So let me share this with you guys so you guys can see. You guys know that I keep what do you call it? I
You
keep
know we're
the.
going to get canceled.
I don't care
We
about
are.
getting canceled. You know how many
It's an
subs I got?
unfortunate list. That's what sucks.
Like, I mean, I feel like I'm already half canceled. People don't like. I don't know why you would cancel me, man. So here's the list, just in case you guys wondering. So I kind of pulled it out so you guys could have an idea. These are the players overall
By
that
the way,
got.
Jordan Love was 65% of Green Bay's 66% of Green Bay's offense. If you're more than 60% of a team's offense, that's what you are, and there's a perfect quarterback rating. By the way, in the playoffs.
Well,
Hmm.
there you go. There you have it. So this is where they ranked, where they were picked. There's a straight line here for a reason, guys. No one's looking at these other QBs. You know what I mean? Like, come on, Eason. Like, only Eason and Fromm literally played, if I'm not mistaken. So that's why I can't take anybody else outside of this. But that's where we're at with this. Now let's go into the rankings here. Oops, went a little too far. Excuse me. Oh, that's a little too much. Okay, so now we got, based on the former, again, like I told you guys, based on the former Vikings GM and Shannon Sharp, that's his overall ranking. One through five. Like, which ones would he rank for Chad Ochocinco? There it is. But now we are doing ours, which is the health team. So, because I'm a visual learner, so I gotta put this, visually for everybody, and Super Bowl potential as well. So you've got the
Super Bowl
team
potential.
offense. Yeah. So you got health. Based on health, I don't know. You guys tell me. Did I? Because I feel like this is based on health. You can't rank it any other way, in my opinion. The fact that he only played
The
1 year, he
help.
stayed healthy the entire year. Love has to be number one. But if you want to be on your feelings and take him out, fine, whatever. But he's still number one. Hurts to me was the one that still dealt with injuries, but had the least amount of injuries. You know what I mean? Herbert, yeah, he kind of missed, half a season, but for the
No,
most
based
part,
on
and then a
help.
few games here and there, for the most part, he's been mostly available for his team. Tua, full season last year, and he's played at least half, if not three quarters, in every other year, minus his rookie year because he literally was like, he only played half because he was, we had Fitzpatrick. But Burrow to me has the most injury concerns in my opinion because he's
Yeah,
already missed all of last year practically, and then on top of that too, he missed, what was
a
it?
lot. He
He
missed a
missed
lot of games
mostly of
this
his
year.
first season. He missed half the season this year.
He missed half in his first, and then even the two that he did in the middle that he was healthy for, he still missed a couple games in
Yeah,
between.
Joe Burrow's going to be like number 5
Yeah, he's number
as far
five.
as
So if
far
you
as
take a
health.
look,
As far
as
as
far as
missing the
health,
most games.
the way I have it
Yeah, he
ranked
missed the
is
most games out of all of them.
least to most: Love, Hurts,
Love ain't missing
Herbert,
no games.
Tua, Burrow. So we agree on that one
Injury
when it
concern.
comes to
Right.
health.
Yeah.
Perfect. Then
That's
when it
hurts.
comes to the team and the offense, and by team and offense, I mean their head coach. I mean the weapons they got, the O line, all that good stuff. When it comes to the team and offense, the way I ranked it was, I have Love number one, Burrow two, Herbert three, Tua four, and Hurts five. And the reason why I have, even though honestly you could put Tua last if you want to, only because we have so many
Team
open
total and offense.
positions.
Yeah. So
Yeah, team
are we
total and
adding
offense.
his support, a defense and special teams and all that? Or what are we talking
No, no,
about
no.
team and offense?
That's no, no, no. We're only sticking to the offensive part with this one. The team and
Oh, okay.
offense is offensive part. I should say head coach then, if that's the case. We could put it as head coach and offense because it's really more the offense. So like the O line, the weapons they got, the head coach, and the scheme that the offense is running. Which one do you think it's based on that will maximize that quarterback? And for me, I don't know what's up with Nick Sirianni.
Um
I can't with that
are we
man.
giving Harbaugh credit because of him going to because of the team and his potential with them or
Yeah,
what?
because if you have to
Because
look,
they
he had
don't
Alex Smith, Andrew
we don't
Luck.
even know. Yeah.
he had Kaepernick. So when it comes to QBs, he's
He been able to work with all kinds of quarterbacks. He already showed his
exact
full potential as a head coach, which they're not
exactly.
giving that. But the problem is they're not giving that to Mike McDaniel. They saying he only can run. He only one quarterback can run his offense. Is the rumor? If only one quarterback can run
I
a head
can't.
coach's offense, that
Anybody that
means that
says
you're
that I can't.
to me that's terrible. That means that the
That's
coach is not
horrible.
good. You have to
Yeah.
show the
That's
diversity
horrible.
as a head coach to be able to play with any kind of player, run any kind of system for that quarterback, or
To
based
me,
on
it
your
makes no
roster.
sense. That makes no. I don't
Yeah,
know how
it
you
makes
can
no
how,
sense.
how you can say Mike. If you can't call him a Mac genius and then say only one guy can run his scheme, like that literally makes no sense in my
Yeah,
opinion.
that makes no
Mike
sense. Yeah,
McDaniel's scheme, you can plug
and
in
its
other
base is the West
quarterbacks
Coast
into your
offense.
and on top
Anybody,
of that
eighty
too,
percent of the league
you
runs a
he
West
can
Coast
adjust.
offense. How can nobody else
It's
run
like
his system? That's ridiculous.
exactly. It's also like saying Mike McDaniel can't adjust to his quarterback either. That it's like
Yeah,
I
that's
can't.
basically
I
what
don't know
they're
why
saying,
people
Miss
would say that.
Fins.
They're essentially saying he can't adjust to his quarterbacks, and I'm like, no, I
They
think
doing
that's
him a
is
disservice.
specifically why he got hired because he can adjust to his quarterback. Like I don't know. See,
Yeah, they're doing him a
balance,
disservice when they say that statement.
and I just can't. I can't accept that. Like that's ridiculous. Like a lot. Hey, what's up,
How
Dolphins
about
Thursday? How you doing, buddy? Yeah. So apparently, multiple people. I've heard this from content creators. I've heard this from overall fans. I've heard this on Twitter Spaces, and I'm like, how can people say Mike McDaniel can only do this for Tua, like, or only Tua can run his scheme? That literally makes no sense. And I've heard multiple people say
yeah,
that.
yeah,
And guys,
it's
take a
misguided
second.
because that's the biggest shot against McDaniel as far as his skills as a professional head coach at the NFL level. And then it's a disservice almost to Tua because you're saying he's limited. He only can run a certain particular coach's offense. So it's a slap in both people's face by definition.
Yeah, and that I'm no, I can't agree with that. Like it has nothing to do with homerism or anything like that. It's just I'm not gonna limit either of them to be able to have the skill set to either be in a different scheme or even to create a different scheme when it comes to McDaniel. That to me makes no sense. But guys, do me a favor. I think
Right.
I saw CB. I think I saw CB earlier. Guys, go check out CB83. Awesome, awesome content. You guys already know, and you already know Dolphins Thirsty. Go check them out. Let's get them to 1,000 subs.
Mm,
Awesome,
Come on.
awesome.
thousand subs.
Let's not get carried away by awesome. Come on now.
Oh,
Like,
Lance.
y'all are too much, man. See, you
CB,
Mm,
can't
who's
say
CB? CB
that.
who?
You
CB who?
can't, Lance. I can't. Okay,
Uh,
and then third one we
hey,
just showed.
I'm subscribed and I like all his videos. Even
Mm.
Good. I'm glad. I mean, we gotta support everybody. And oh, Red, White, and Bills too, guys. We gotta know our opponents in the division. So definitely go
Yeah,
check out Red, White, and Bills. Sean,
they're writing
awesome.
bills.
He's actually one of the, and I can't believe this. He's actually a well adjusted and fair and objective Bills content creator. I'm like, oh my God, he is not like one of these others that has nothing but blonders. Okay, I can talk to this guy. So yeah, go check him out. You're gonna really enjoy his content for sure. Um, and then when it comes to Super Bowl potential, again, when Burrow hurts, I feel like that's not even a question. Herbert because of Harbaugh and his experience, and yeah, I mean, based on the conference, based on the opponents and the fact he's already beat them, you gotta go Love over Tua. So that's where you have it. Now let's go overall, ladies and
and
gentlemen.
the other thing is with Herbert, he's been having like even since he started, he's like top five of most yards every year.
Yeah, cumulatively, yeah. That's why
I
I
Yeah,
say
mean
but
that
over
pairing with
yards will
Harbaugh
get
is
overall.
you
going to be
nowhere.
real interesting
Yards will
Yeah,
as
get
the
you
number
nowhere. I
one
won a
threat to
Super Bowl.
unseat Kansas City. Yeah, because they got the coach now combined with that potential.
That's going to be, yeah.
That's the thing about them now being a brand new being a new team to represent the AFC.
I mean, in reality, he
Yeah,
beat
that's the thing.
Brady 2 years.
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah,
yeah, but again,
Uh, well,
again.
Brady only won because he went to the Super Bowl that year, and there wasn't
right.
that much of a difference.
Yeah, you talking about with
Aw,
Tampa Bay? Wait a minute, what
Yeah,
happened? Wait a minute.
yeah.
you know it's nothing but love, man. It's nothing but love.
Yeah,
But
But
yeah,
anyways, let's keep going.
let's continue. Yeah, let's continue.
yeah,
So now we get to overall rank them. You know what I
yeah.
mean? We've seen it. I'm a visual person, so we see here what the different rankings is. Now, I know you said that the list that Shannon Sharp did and had that was kind of already like an almost perfect list, right? That's what you had said, crypto. But what would make this list perfect? What would be the perfect ranking between these five QBs overall?
Adding, doing it on a point system.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just
What
now
points
taking in consideration
overall?
everything we just mentioned, everything we just talked about. What would be and what would put them as what do you call it? What would put them as, where would you rank them now? Now that we finally have this,
Mm.
are you still gonna agree with Shannon Sharp and Vikings GM? Remember, this is for the next
As
5 years.
far as, well, I didn't
The
see the
next
Shannon
5 years.
Sharps in the Vikings GM.
Okay,
I'm
I'll
gonna
tell you.
say I'm gonna say yes. The Vikings GM. I would switch.
I'll put
Um,
Jordan Love first, Joe Burrow second, Justin Herbert third,
Herbert third.
Jalen Hurts fourth, and Tua fifth overall
Between Super Bowl potential and offensive defense player, I would say
in total. Yeah, general,
I will
including
be
health,
inclined if
because you
I
gotta
if I
consider
make
all of it.
one change, I will
Hey, what's up, Shake Bunny?
only, yeah, I will leave it the same, but I will only make because I'm adding upside, so I may leave it the same if I add upside. If I'm not adding the true upside, I will only switch Burrow and put him first, and then put Love second.
But you have to take health into consideration, man. You see what I mean?
As
Like,
far as they overall, but see the thing is they all got a large enough sample size. Even with Burrow's help, he just puts so much on the field once he is there. See, that makes him the most. That will put make him as the most efficient out of all of them because he's doing the best with less time. That's why that also gives him an edge too. Even
you
with his
sound like
record,
Chad
actually,
Ochocinco then.
even
You
even
said
he-
that's exactly what he said.
even health wise, if you want to say health is his negative, that could turn around and become a positive as far as his overall because that will make him the most efficient. Because once he's on the field, he's performing at the highest level. So it almost a blessing and a curse at the same time.
I,
Right.
I don't
Because if he
know,
could use
man.
that
It's
little of a
kind of
time and
rough.
still manage to
Like,
get to the AFC title game
it's kind of
twice,
rough.
get to a Super Bowl, and beat Patrick Mahomes 3 times with the least amount of time of all of the quarterbacks, to me, he's maximizing his play on the field more than everybody. So he will be number one based on that. If you want to factor in his health,
I feel like you have to.
if
You
you
got to give
isolate
him
health
more.
by itself, then he drops down to the bottom. But if you add him in his totality, he's the most efficient.
Damn, I want to
Dang.
argue with you,
Okay,
but I
so
can't.
You
I want to argue with you
see what
too.
I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
Mm, hold up. Nah, hold up. Look. That's good. See, this is why I wanted you guys' help because I'm like, this hurts. No pun
Yeah.
intended. But
Yeah, if you're
if
looking
you
at the
take a look,
totality now we got to add it based on what are you doing with the
he's dead
time that you
last
got.
to me in health. No, that is no way
Yeah, his
in
health,
shape or
but
form.
see,
He is dead
But that's
last.
if you isolating it all by itself. But once you add it as a total package, his health helps him on the when it comes to his efficiency.
I get it. In Super Bowl potential, he's one
Because
in
to
team
do
and
that
offense.
much in the small amount of time that he has available to him, he by far is number one.
Maybe they should do what Mike McDaniel does for Tua. Just get the ball off in 2 3 seconds and go.
Exactly. Yep. And
Maybe
then
the
take a
match should
couple of
help
judo
him. Yeah.
lessons on the off season as well.
Pete's take. What's up, Pete? Welcome, buddy. He says Burrow one,
Oh,
Herbert two,
Pete had to
Jalen
throw
Hurts
Skylar
three.
in there as well.
Jalen
Of
Hurts
course,
four,
Pete had
and
to add his
Skylar
own.
Thompson five. Of course, but
He had
he
to put
really meant
Skylar.
to. I love it, Pete. Thanks for coming, buddy. That's hilarious.
That had to
Uh,
be Pete.
I know, I know. The second I saw it, that's why I chuckled. I'm like, of course, it's gotta be Pete.
Oh God.
Um, oh, that's hilarious. Okay, so, but look, Burrow's fifth, second, and first. I guess if you have five, two, and one, what is that? Eight divided by three. If we're gonna go point system, eight divided by three, that will put Burrow at 2.6. Okay. If we go Hertz, he's what, one, two in health. What is it? Two in health, five
Well, you said eight. You
in
said
team
eight
and
divided by three, or five divided by three.
well, eight divided by three because it's 5 points for health. So the point is to have the least amount of points, and that puts you number one. So Burrow five for health because he was fifth, two in team and offense, and then one in Super Bowl potential. That's 8 points divided by three. That's 2.6 points. If you go Jordan Love, damn, Love is actually not that
Wait a
bad.
minute. You said
He,
eight. You said 8 points.
yeah, 8 points.
What?
Because look, he's
So whoever's number one gets 8 points.
no, 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 no. The point that if we're gonna go by point system, whoever
Yeah.
has the least amount of points is ranked the highest. You see what I mean? Because
Mm-hmm.
like rank one through five, one, two, three, four, five. So if you're
Yeah.
ranked the highest,
You should get
then
the
you're gonna
most
have the
amount of
least amount of
points.
points because that means you're actually at the very top of everybody
But
else's
shouldn't they get
stuff.
the most points though if they assign number one?
Okay, I mean, I guess we could do it backwards if that's. I
Like
guess
like
number
I'm
one.
saying, like you come in first place, you get the gold. The gold is worth more. You should get the most points
Okay, so we'll do
in
it
that
backwards
category.
then. So number one will get five, four, three, two, and then the last will be 1 point.
We'll get
So
only
we'll do
one
it that
single point. Yeah.
way. Okay, so we'll do that. That way it'll be the whoever has the most points is number one. Wait,
Right.
okay, three, four, five. Okay, so he's got 1 point for being dead last in health. He's got
Right.
4 points for being second in team and offense, and he's got 5 points and because he's number one in Super Bowl potential. That will give him 10 points overall. So Burrow's got 10 points. Okay, that's that. Then you've
Yeah.
got Jordan. Hertz has got 4 points in health. He's got 1 point in team and offense,
Mm-hmm.
and he's got 4 points in um, Super Bowl potential. That will put him at nine. Okay, look at that.
I
Okay.
don't see the numbers coming up there.
Oh, it's not coming out. You don't see all the way into the right side, or should I make it just a little bit bigger? Hold on. Let me make this a little bit bigger.
Oh yeah, then okay. I see the total points coming up in the
Yeah,
other column, column N.
yeah. Column N. Sorry, that should be
Just
in
to
front.
see when you was putting it in column J or column
Oh,
M.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You see what
No,
I'm
no, no.
saying?
I mean, I guess I could, but I figured, should I put it here? Yeah, let me.
When you put the numbers in column J.
Yeah. Oh,
Quit
okay,
making this
okay,
so
yeah,
complicated, Crip.
yeah. So
God,
I'm gonna
dog.
give it to him. I'm gonna give it to him.
No, 'cause I was
Okay.
missing the numbers. I was trying to look at the totals.
Okay, okay. Here's the
This
total. Let me
doggone
highlight it.
spreadsheet.
There you go. This, yeah, exactly. Hey, you know what? It is what it is. And you know what? I'm gonna make it this way. There you go. There you go. So now we can get it. Then we got Herbert. Herbert ranks 3 points for health. He gets 3 points for team. And well, he's three overall. That puts him at nine as well. Interesting. Okay. Then you've got Tua. He's got 2 points for health. He's got 2 points for team, and 1 point um, for Super Bowl potential. That'll put him five. And then Jordan Love has 5 points for health, 5 points for team, 2 points for Super Bowl potential, putting him at 12. So, dang. Yeah, ladies
Putting
and
him at
gentlemen,
12.
that would definitely rank Jordan Love as number one, Joe Burrow number two. It's a toss up between Herbert and Hertz, and then Tua last. Man,
That's
that's
almost the same
interesting.
as
Yeah, because
Shannon's. It's
if you
just
take a
switched
look at it,
around. Yeah,
yeah,
isn't
if you
almost
take
the
a look at
same.
it,
That's what I was saying, man. This thing is dead on if you're using the point system.
yeah, actually, yeah. If you're using the point system, he got 12 points. Burrow got 10 points. Herbert got nine. Hertz got nine, and Tua got five. So yeah, it actually is exactly how he got it. If we're using the point system, look at that.
That's why I
I didn't
came
even know
in and
that one.
agreed with him. I was like, man, it's almost
Yeah,
eerily spot on.
I guess yes. And if people want to get triggered because Jordan Love only played 1 year, okay, people, it
But
would still
once
put
again, it
it.
goes to the once him playing all 17 games in his very first year available, and what he did within that 17 game sample size. Now
Yeah, but
18
even
because
if you were to
he
take him
played.
out, it still puts Joe Burrow first, Herbert second, Hurts third, and Tua fifth. I mean fourth. So regardless,
Yeah.
that's where it's coming. Interesting. Look at that. Now
Yeah.
I know.
Now I know I'm being nitpicky. He did play one game before this year, even when Aaron Rodgers was the starter, because Aaron Rodgers was out that one year.
That one game.
That one
That's what
game.
we're.
So so that was, if you want to say his actual true
I know.
starting experience happened a year ago. That's why I have to count him as a professional
Really, that's
now.
what
He's
you're
a
going
4 year
with.
professional.
That one game. That one game. Okay. I mean, hey,
Yeah, which means he was
that's
inserted
what you
into a
want to look
starting
at.
lineup at the NFL level. Then when he got the reins, he took control and carried his team all the way to the playoffs, up into a playoff win. Because we'll be saying the opposite if he didn't do that. Not too many
We would be
quarterbacks
saying the
just come
opposite.
in cold turkey
Yeah.
and
We
just do
would be
that.
saying the opposite. But I mean, and remember, this is for the next 5 years. So you are taking Jordan Love for the next 5 years as your QB moving forward. That's what people keep forgetting. This is a quarter. That's how we're ranking them. This is for the quarterbacks for the next 5 years. How would you rank them?
Out of that
How would
draft
you want
class.
them out of that draft class? The top five quarterbacks that were drafted out of that draft class, who would you actually take for the next 5 years? And hey, it's a lot of things to
It's a
consider when
tough
it comes to
decision. That's what
doing it.
general
And
managers do when they do this to obviously college quarterbacks. That's pretty much
true,
the ranking
obviously.
systems they they use when they looking at it,
And thank
evaluating
you
all the
so
film.
much.
They use all the film, all
Thank
the
you
data,
so much.
what they've done against top competition in the conferences, how have they played overall, what's their potential at the next level. Yeah,
And
they use a similar point system after looking at all the film on on these players and what they've done
thank you.
so
And
far.
this is why I wanted to do this exercise, ladies and gentlemen. because it's exactly the same exercise that you essentially do for every single position when you're about to come
I
up in the
wonder.
draft.
I wonder what
You
Liam
guys, just so
Eichenberg
you know,
will rank Miss Finns on the centers list. You think he'd get a high grade? I think Batman said he had a high grade.
I mean, we could definitely take a look at it. But what I wanted to do, and the reason why it's so much easier to do it with QBs, because it's, first of all, highly controversial. You know what I mean? And second, it's just easier to go ahead and kind of put them in, those categories. But what I really wanted you guys to see from this exercise, ladies and gentlemen, that we were able to play two different positions in the NFL team. And number one is being a scout, and number two being a GM. This and thank you, Crypto, for saying it. And I was gonna wait till the end to say it, but you nailed it. This is exactly the exercise that I wanted to go ahead and go over with everybody. This is how GMs, when they're coming up in the draft, when they're figuring out, okay, what player are we gonna pick on tight end? Okay, what are the players coming out? What are the teams that they've played? What are the competitive teams that they played? What conference are they playing with? We got to take health into consideration. Did they do anything in the postseason? How did they do in the bowl? Were they in the Senior Bowl? How did they play? All of these things are taken into consideration when it comes to you drafting a player. And when you're drafting a player, you don't draft a player for 1 year. You're not trying to draft a player to keep him for 1 year. You want to draft a player that you can have for the next 5 years. That could be an effective player into your team. So for this, we just kind of went back and kind of redid it when it came to the 2020 draft. Seeing them post 4 years, but at the end of the day, we just became GMs, ladies and gentlemen, and we just went through the most basic aspect of what the GM has to consider when it comes to drafting a new player. And yes, we're gonna be doing draft talks this entire off season before the draft. We're gonna have a million and one mock drafts. Trust me. But at least with this exercise, you get to
Did he
see.
just say X is the best corner in the league?
He
Wow,
said
that
that.
guy
Somebody said
really
that.
elucidating.
No, no, no. Yeah, he did. He did. But that's why I wanted to have this exercise. So Lance Crypto, thank you, because you
No
literally were
problem,
able
Miss
to go
Fins.
ahead and say exactly what I wanted individuals to go ahead and see, because I thought it was very interesting. But let's see here. With that taken into consideration, what do we need to do? Now we're gonna be Dolphins GMs, ladies and gentlemen. What do we need to do so
Well,
we
we
can get
forgot to add one factor too.
what?
What was that,
How
Lance?
much money? How much money does that player bring to the organization?
Oh,
Or,
two is number
well,
one. Then. Two is number one. I don't care. No
bring
ifs,
in
ands,
how
or
much they bring.
And
Oh,
and the
geez.
change
discussion, Tua
this.
wins.
Tua is
I guess
number
that's the
one,
silver lining.
buddy.
Then I guess that
He is
Lance.
number
It
one.
doesn't
He's not
matter how good or bad.
Then
number
that
one.
catapults him to number one in that category. So
Listen,
he'll get at least 5 more points, right, or something like
okay,
that.
5 more points. Absolutely,
Shit,
absolutely.
at least 10.
At this point, yeah, I'm telling you right now.
Yep.
but being, but being GM, that's a good one. I like that. Being
Yeah.
GMs, guys.
He gets finally gets number one in a single category. There you go,
Yep.
Lance.
Yeah, he does. He absolutely does. And you know what? You know what? I like that we can go ahead and have fun like this. Some people are too get a little too emotional. I'm like, guys, it's the off season. We can have fun too. We're all about having fun. But
That's how you do it.
exactly.
We
Shake
got
Money
the we
says, "Good
got the
point."
category. What was that? During the Miss America pageant, you finally get the one category your favorite your favorite one gets
Oh,
in.
right.
Well, we
Yes,
go with the
yes,
sandals. The whoever got the best sandals, we figure, yeah, what's good? What?
Right.
exactly. So if we were to go as GMs, right, just basing, how can we lift Tua from this? I think in health, in my opinion, I think he did better this year.
His health
Uh,
numbers went up. Yeah, they
Well,
his
yeah.
health.
catapulted him
Well, like I
past
said,
what's it called
when you
because of a
when you
full
hide
season
the
now. Yeah,
flaws, when you hide his
you can do it.
flaws,
You can focus
you
on
can
that.
do
Yeah.
it.
It's manageable. Yeah, it's a team. You can help a injury prone player become less injured by
Okay.
scheming the offense
So
to make sure that he doesn't have a probability of getting hit.
okay, so if we're doing that right, then my question to you guys is what areas can we have that we can improve? Health, I think it's already on the way up. So I don't think we got to focus on that. But
Hmm.
as far as the team and offense and Super Bowl potential, right? Where can we focus on to be able to help him out so he can actually get us to that Super Bowl? Hmm?
Hmm.
This is these are the questions.
Yeah, another
Oh
8 months to
my
figure it
God.
out. Mm.
Bro, get out of here. Like
We'll
sometimes
be we'll be in the mid we'll be in the middle of the season by the time we figure that one out. Hopefully, we got a good record at that
you think
point.
so? You think
Yeah.
so? Because I don't think it's this I don't think the I don't think it's gonna I think by this off season we'll be able to go ahead and get this squared
No,
away.
I'm talking about as far as no, I'm talking about as far as knowing where we are as a team, whether or not we in a
Oh
potential
yeah,
blow it up
at least
mode
the middle of
or
the season.
try to make a run mode.
I will give you that. It'll take at least you
If
gotta get
not,
the
we definitely
defense.
know by December because we know December always solves our issues. Even starting
Yeah.
out 9-2 still don't help.
But so okay, to me personally, when it comes to the head coach, if we're gonna break it down, just simple, just the head coach right now and the scheme. I heard
Mhm.
somebody say Tua's not being developed in this scheme, and I'm like, where did I hear that from? So you're telling me back to back head coaches can't develop Tua? Okay, well we'll see. What's up, Triple
Yeah,
S? How you doing, buddy?
yeah,
Uh,
we got the wrong team, man. If that's the case, what's up, Triple S?
exactly. But if you were to go ahead and put the head coach McDaniel, I think that he's okay when it comes to coming up with, unless he trips over himself. I think he's okay in the scheme that he's running with the players that we have. I don't know if we can upgrade when it comes to wide receivers. So I don't think wide receivers is an issue. Tight ends. I mean, what more do you want at this point? It's more of another blocking tight end, maybe that can
Right.
catch. Maybe can we upgrade in that? That would be it. I think when it comes to the offensive team itself, the only thing that I can see that we could perhaps get even more upgrade would have to be the O line. What do you guys think? What's up, Office to the Mind? How you doing, buddy? Hello, can you guys hear me? Oh man.
I hear you. I hear you.
Okay,
I hear
thank
you.
God. So, what do you think when it comes to the O line? Is that the one place that we truly can make an upgrade that will significantly impact the team and Tua and allow him to get higher in this ranking?
It can if we're kind of going away from the getting rid of the ball within 2.5 seconds because Tua's decision making is gonna have to be better beyond that. Because he actually did better with less time than he did with more time. So giving him an offensive line that gives him more time really doesn't necessarily solve it based on how Tua's performing the last 2 years. He actually done better with less time to throw the ball than he did with more. So
Agree.
it's kind of hard to really truly hone in that giving him the best offensive line as a passer does it because his ratings went down with more time.
Are you actually making sense, crypto? Because I've said that before, and I got killed for saying that to a action, and it's not even my personal opinion. It's literally look at the numbers. The numbers tell you
Yeah.
that the more time he has in a pocket, the worse he does.
Right.
And now let me tell you something.
Yeah. Unless you're talking about build a wall to
You,
make
yeah, you'd
A-Chain
have,
gets 3,000 yard season, then yeah, I would. If you talk about for benefit of the running back core, then yeah, the
that
offensive
would
line
that
makes
was
a difference. But as far
yeah
as
that
our
would.
quarterback goes, he would have to elevate his own play to make that happen with that much time given.
Mm, I like that. Okay. Well, listen, I got everything that I want to hear because, to be honest with you, I think that this is a great exercise of how can we be GMs, and how can
Right.
we really evaluate players, and we're gonna have to do this again when we're evaluating players for the draft, like linemen, like the tight ends, like the D line, edge rushers, all of that. um we're gonna have to do these exercises so that way we're able to kind of really see
Can,
who would be the
can you bring out your
best
calculator real quick, Miss Fins? Divide
regular.
uh divide this this number 272 divided by 16.
I'll be right back.
Hmm. Yeah, no worries, Lance. 272 divided by
It's
what?
over. It's well over. Divided by 16. Was it like 12 or 13 or something like that? 13 or something? No, it's got to be more
17.
than that. Yeah, 17. That's
17.
not bad for yards per completion. Now I was honing in on the Dallas Cowboy game last year with Dak Prescott and Love.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. The
17. Okay, 17
272
yards per
divided
completion.
by 16 is 17 yards per completion. Yeah.
17 per completion. That's not bad. And then you
Well,
got 5.6. So 17 divided, use that number and divide it by 5.6.
17 divided by 5.6.
Yeah. So it's going to be two something, 2 point something,
3.03.
3.3. Yeah, three,
Or
because
3.04 if you're gonna round up to
right
the
at
thousand.
3.04. Okay. So it is three. It's a full three times more. Okay.
What's three
So
times
basically, I was
more?
trying to answer CB's question that the passing game for the Packers was three times more effective than the running game was.
For us?
No, for the Packers. I was because CB wanted to know who was really the cause of that blowout in the playoffs, and I was doing
Mm.
Aaron Jones' number versus Jordan Love's number because Jordan's Love his pass per completed completion is 17 versus
Oh, I did see
5.5 yards per attempt.
I did see that. He did say that that was Aaron Jones. He's the reason why they had that blowout. But okay, that kind of makes
Both
sense.
of them given three of them, given that three both had three touchdowns, three passing in the air and three in on the ground, that cancels each other out because they both had three touchdowns. So my tiebreaker is how effective were they in those touchdowns? 5.7 yards per rush versus 17 yards in the air is effective. If you more than three times more effective than the other side of the ball, to me, the other side was just support, not the reason.
And which one ended up being the most effective one? The passing yard. The
The
passing.
the passing yards, right? He was
Three
the
times
most
more
efficient,
effective.
three
More.
times more effective. Now, if it's 1-1 or 2-1, you can argue, but 3-1, you can't argue which was the most effective.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. And at least that answers that question, especially because we were considering Jordan Love in his one game versus his playoff game versus who did they play again?
Dallas.
Yep. Dallas, that's right. And they destroy them. Listen, that game was done in the second quarter. All the
Yep.
38 points that they
20 to
scored,
no, they would. Yeah, that them
that was
32 points
just
was all in
that
garbage
was
time.
that
Yeah,
was
that,
absolute garbage time. That was just so that people think, oh, but they were
it
so
would look as
close.
bad.
They only lost.
Right.
They only lost by
Yeah.
a touchdown. They were losing by 4 touchdowns. Like,
Yeah.
and
It
the
was
defense
48. It was
literally
like
said, we're
48 to
just gonna
16 or something
chill.
like that.
Exactly. We're
Yeah.
just gonna chill and do nothing for the rest of the game, and that's the only reason why they got it. Please, it was any see. This is why you can't just look at like the numbers. It doesn't tell you the full story of what was happening. You
Right.
gotta actually watch games, people. You gotta watch the
Yeah.
games, and that game was done by the second quarter. like, like it
Yeah.
was
It
absolutely
was
done
it
by the
was it
second
was it
quarter.
was in the refrigerator.
It wasn't even a thought or anything like that, guys. Guys, can we get 5 more likes for me real quick? That would really help out the channel, man, and I appreciate it. But ladies and gentlemen, listen, I don't know if Lance is back. Lance, you back, buddy?
Mm,
I think he had a cold or something. I feel bad. I think he said, "I'll be back." But honestly, I think that's it. I just want to go ahead and rank. I thought it was a great exercise, taking a look at it and listening to
yeah.
that little short clip that Shannon Sharp and Chad Ochocinco had, whom I have met. Yes, ladies
You
and
did?
gentlemen.
You
Yeah,
met
actually lives.
Chad?
Yep, I've met Chad Ochocinco. I
Okay.
got a picture with him. Awesome, awesome human being.
Yeah, he's
Um,
from there, from South Florida. He like,
yeah,
yeah,
he's from
he
South Florida.
supports the team.
He lives here. Yeah, I know exactly where he lives. I know exactly what he drives, and no, I'm not gonna put him out there like that. But
Right.
yeah, he's South Florida, South Florida. So I was like
Yeah.
insane. But as far as for this exercise, I thought, wow, because they always said let's redraft this draft or whatever.
They
How they
always
always
do the
do that.
redraft. I wonder how they're gonna do Trevor Lawrence's redraft. They can
That's
technically do it, but it wasn't a lot of quarterbacks came out, but it was enough to warrant that
yeah.
Trevor's
This
might
is
be still at
why
the top of that
2020 makes
division
sense.
conference. Yeah.
Yeah. This is why 2020 makes sense because 2020 actually gave you 5 starting quarterbacks. The first 5 drafted were all starting quarterbacks, within their rookie contract.
Within
So
their rookie contract, they became starters. Yep. All five
exactly.
became a starter. Yep.
So that's why I'm like, this is actually pretty good exercise. I
One
thought it
only
was
one of them was drafted. One of them was drafted in the second round, right?
only one, and that was Hertz. Hertz was drafted
Yeah.
55th overall. Actually, I got it here.
Yeah. Something like that.
He was drafted 53rd overall. So you got Burrow at 1, 2 at 2, Herbert 6, Jordan Love 26, and in the second round, 53rd overall was Hurts. So to be drafted where they were
Hmm.
drafted, I guess bang for your buck has to be Jordan Love and Hurts based
Right.
on where they were drafted. Joe Burrow is kind of where you would expect him to be. Justin
Yeah.
Herbert being right in the middle of the
Is
pack. I feel like he's
LSU?
right
He
where,
did well enough to warrant that pick. Yeah.
yeah, out of the 5 being third drafted, I feel like he's kind of where he was at. So far, overall speaking, the one that has the biggest potential has to be Jordan Love because he just started being a starter. And the second one with the room for improvement, I'll put it this way, has to be Tua.
Hmm.
Out of all of them, I would
Yeah.
say the one that costs you the most, based on where they are right now, has to be Tua. And you can argue with me. I'm not. I
Hmm.
don't. I don't do players over team. I'm going. This is player. Homer hat is off. I'm going football. The most costly out of the top 5 has been Tua, based on where they were drafted. The biggest bang for your buck has to be Hurts, seeing that he was drafted in the second. And I would say Jordan Love because he was the last one ranked 26 in the first. Burrow, you're getting what you already figured, and Justin Herbert being the third one drafted, you kind of are getting what
Right.
what what you figured. So that's where that goes. But I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't mean that any of these guys, in my opinion, all 5 of them can take you to the big dance. Two have already done it. The other three are just going to need a lot more support. A lot more support. And yes, I mean a lot more support because without a defense, Justin Herbert can't get you nowhere. Proof of that, the last 5 years. No defense, and half of your starting offensive weapons being injured for more than half a season, every single season, is just certain things you just can't overcome. You know what I mean? So,
All I know is if Love makes it to the playoffs and wins games, I'm going to be really upset.
well, he already did that.
Yeah.
Oh, did he?
He talking about a
Oh,
second
that's
time.
right.
He talking about.
Yeah, for the
Oh yeah.
second time.
But yeah, that'll
Oh,
make it
I
even
was
more.
like, yeah, I'm like, he
But
already did that.
that'll just rub it in even more. Yeah,
Well,
that'll
then
make
that
it
will.
the wound even freaking hurt more.
Well, the reason
Yeah,
why it hurts is your biggest bang for your buck being the fifth picked quarterback in that draft is because he was drafted in the second
he
round
went the
and
furthest
has
with the least
already been
draft.
in a
Yeah, with the
Super
lowest
Bowl.
draft selection. Yeah,
Exactly. With the lowest draft selection, he's already gone the furthest. You see what I mean? Joe Burrow was supposed to take you to the Super Bowl. He's the number one
yeah.
overall
He was
pick.
number one
You
overall.
know what
Yeah,
I
you
mean?
should expect that
So
from your
you
number
see
one
what I mean?
pick, not your number
So he's
60th
right.
pick. Right.
Exactly. He's right where you expect him to be based on his draft position. Hurts took
Right.
you to the most, so he has to be your biggest bank right now for your buck
Right.
because
He was the biggest bang
Love is in your
in the middle of the
is
pack. Yeah, right
year
at the end of the first
one.
round in year one.
Exactly. Because he's year one. He's already won a playoff game. But he's gotta take you there. And if he does end up winning multiple playoff games and even takes you to the NFC, which he has the easiest path, let's be real. He's got the
Yes.
easiest path to get to the
That's what I
Super
say. If
Bowl.
he get to the Super Bowl and win it, well, don't let him win it. Then it's over.
No,
I
I
think
don't
at
think
that moment, Greer gets fired
damn it.
instantly, right on the spot.
Hold on,
No,
because this is
Upon
he won't.
upon,
He will not get. Greer's not leaving unless Ross goes.
yeah, Ross will have to go.
I mean, point blank. Because I mean, Greer knows where the bodies are.
Mm.
yeah,
But this is the
yeah.
thing.
So
I
he'll get
just
promoted then, Lance,
Jordan Love
Yeah.
will
on the
win a
spot.
Super Bowl because it's the Packers and they do this every time. So once he wins the Super Bowl, if Jalen Hurts hadn't done it before Jordan Love, then Jordan Love becomes your biggest bang for your buck, being that he was the lowest ranked, even though it was first round, it's still the lowest
Yeah,
ranked first round QB in that draft
And, you
and
know,
actually won the Super Bowl.
he was
right,
actually the second
right. I
person I
agree.
wanted. He
Yeah,
was the
it
second
was. He
person I
was. He was
wanted.
just. He became the first when they said Herbert. They kind of scared me out of Herbert, which I shouldn't have never been believing. Guys like the Big O and all them talking about he's Tannehill 2.0, way better than Tannehill. He would ever dream of being. So yeah, and I got kind of scared off of him. But then yeah, like Lance said, he was like, Hurt. Love was my second pick
Because
initially.
Herbert was my one,
Right.
and
He
then
became my one, and
Love.
they was like, "No, don't worry about Oregon." You remember how they was trashing Oregon
Yeah.
players going into that
I
draft to
still
bring
remember
Herbert
asking my
stock
brother,
down?
like,
Y'all
bro,
remember
why
that?
are they listen, I still remember asking my brother, bro, why are they saying that the only reason why Herbert shouldn't be picked at number five is because of his leadership style? I don't get it because he's quiet. Like it literally made no sense
Right.
to me. At the time, I was like, I wanted Tua, so I didn't care. That's who I wanted, and I'm not
Right.
gonna
And
take that.
everybody was tanked for Tua. So I just said,
Exactly,
okay,
I
let's
was
just get
super
Tua.
for Tua, but
They've
I was
already
like,
been visiting Alabama a lot of times. The GM
I
was
mean,
on
because
the
I hate
Alabama
Alabama,
sideline, so I said they're gonna go ahead and get him.
but my
Yep.
thing was, why wouldn't you consider Herbert? And I looked at him and I'm like, why wouldn't you consider him just because he's a quiet player? Like that always threw me off. I never
Yeah,
understood
that's
why.
kind of
I
bad.
never
Yeah.
understood why. That was his knock because he was quiet and he didn't seem like a leader. I think naturally being a quarterback, you're automatically a leader. But what people don't understand is there are different types of leaders, ladies and gentlemen. And some leaders, they might be the quieter ones. So it is what it is. But Lance,
Well, the second I saw Herbert throw, what was it on his knee? When they do that
oh
test
yeah,
where
that
they
knee
Yeah.
ball.
get on their knees
Yeah.
and they throw it,
The
and he
test, they get
threw
on
for
his
like
and throw it
50 something yards. I was like,
from
oh
his
no.
knees. Yeah. They
Yeah,
told him
I
to
was
throw
like,
that
no.
pass. Yep. That's what made me think they was gonna pick him. I was like, they were so impressed by it, I thought they was gonna like, we actually gonna switch it up. We're gonna actually draft
Well,
Herbert.
COVID screwed that up for us.
COVID messed up the
Yeah,
whole process for us. Yeah, because we
yeah.
didn't get a chance to truly
We didn't
see
get a,
everybody
we
in
didn't put a
house.
body on him.
Love
We didn't.
was the only one, and they canceled everything. The league came in and canceled it after Love's visit to us,
Yep.
and they went off the tape off what's the Trent Dilfer's word,
Yep.
a word of approval, and then that's what got us. That's clinched it for
And
Tua
and and,
because Trent Dilfer spoke up for him.
Which is
and
why
too many
Had
I
a
people
understand.
listen to Big O. They take his word as
yeah.
gospel.
And well, I'm not gonna go into that. What I would say is, I heard way
Yeah.
people, I heard way too many people say we got catfish with Tua. I'm like, stop it, people. He's still developing. I
Look,
don't think he
I
got
never
catfish, but
look.
Yeah,
I was
they
never a
all
big two.
developmentals.
I mean, I was never a big Tua fan. I thought he was good, but I mean, in reality, he won what? One championship that he threw one touchdown only because Hurts got hurt, right?
Yeah, he got hurt in that game. Yeah, he
Okay,
came in
that
in the
was the
second
one,
half.
and then he choked
Devontae
against
Smith
Trevor Lawrence, and then he choked
when he was a
against
full time
Joe
starter.
Burrows. Yeah, he choked both times.
but I thought Mac Jones was.
Yeah,
Didn't Mac Jones beat all his records
no,
in
Mac Jones
Alabama?
won that one.
Yeah, Mac
Yeah,
Jones
Mac
won
Jones
that
broke
one.
his records that next year with Devontae Smith,
And didn't he win?
winning the
And then
Heisman.
yeah,
Yeah,
And
exactly.
they although well, see, no, did Tua was Tua hurt in one of those championships?
I thought he was hurt and then he got replaced by Mac
And then
Jones.
Mm-mm. No, he
so
replaced
we're
Hurts.
no, he re, no, she was saying that Tua got hurt and got
No,
replaced by
the
Mac
one that
Jones.
Tua did that he lost.
Was Hurts,
Hmm.
I think. I don't know. I hate Alabama anyway. So
right?
he's Jalen Hurts got benched. Okay, that's what it was. Hurts got benched.
Ooh, you're in trouble.
Tua came in and then
You're in
threw
big
that one
trouble.
pass. Well, took a sack first and then threw the pass and won the
Insanity's coming
championship.
at you.
What do you mean? I don't
Saturday.
get it.
She coming at you. You
For
hate
what?
Alabama.
Oh, she already knows I hate
I
Alabama.
know.
I, I can't stand. And that's never gonna change. I can't stand Alabama. I'm a Florida girl. I'll go Florida teams above any other team.
Yep.
Period. Period. But gentlemen, I appreciate both of you guys coming through. I
Yeah,
thought this was
it's been
kind
a
of fun.
pleasure.
It's the off season, so we're gonna be doing different kind of topics and things like that. Obviously, we're gonna talk about the draft. We're gonna talk about a bunch of things that's happening with the team. But I thought, you know what, like a nice little break. Let's take a look at the 2020 draft class and kind of go from uh this little exercise because I was like, wow, this is actually very interesting. It's can't rank them,
Well,
and to me, I actually like the rankings. I thought it was actually pretty good ranking in my opinion.
Yeah,
yeah.
it was a
The only
fair
thing that
ranking,
kind of
especially if you
the
add
only
a
thing that's
point
gonna
system to it.
the only thing that's gonna kind of gonna suck for you is your show is now going to be considered a tour hater channel because he
Too
was pissed.
late.
Right.
I've been considered a
Oh,
tour
too
Yeah.
hater
late.
channel
I think the mob is
since day
coming after Miss
one.
Fins
Since
now.
day one, I don't understand how, because I think I'm one of the most objective people in the community
Hey, you
for
stood up
every
for
player.
him. You stood
Every
up for him
player.
when
You
a
stood
lot of
up for
people
him.
didn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
The thing
But
is that
now that this list has come out and uh that the mob is coming after you. They're gonna be like,
well,
well, we need to
they've
cancel
already
Miss
been here.
Fins.
They're actually they're in the chat right now. But at the end of the day, I don't. First
AB's
of all, I
there.
don't care. Yeah, he's absolutely there.
Uh,
I don't care. First of all, and
No,
second,
coming.
everybody's gonna see. The thing is that I don't go by feelings. I go by analysis. I take a look at the game, and then I give you my opinion. I tell
And
you
it's
what's
just a
going on,
snapshot in
and I
time.
give you
This
my
list can
opinion.
change over the next 5 years. You
Exactly.
know,
If
so it's just a
when he's
snapshot
doing
in
great,
time.
I'm gonna praise him. When he needs to
Right.
fix things, I'm gonna make sure I point it out so that we're all in the same page and we can take a look at it. So I have no problem. I know who I am, and that's not gonna change. So it is what it is. But gentlemen, thank you so much for coming through. Because I thought that was an awesome exercise. We're gonna do some more stuff here. I got more stuff planned for us as well, but I appreciate you guys coming up because I was like, how do we rank these guys? And I think going through health, Joe Burrow got that last in health. You know what I mean? Like, so
Yep.
it's got nothing to do with
Dead
personal
last.
feelings. We're being
Oh, you got
objective
your
about
spot for the
what's
day,
going on.
Lance?
Oh my God, you should have seen me try to get in this thing. Look how I mean,
Yeah.
look at the room
Man,
they gave me.
they give you no room.
I
Man.
don't know what that means, but
Yeah. Man,
what
they
does
ain't give
that
you
mean?
nothing. You like right in the corner, in
Wait,
the far
what does
corner.
that mean? Wait, go back,
You
go
had
back.
to
What does
is
it
that
mean? What does it mean?
well those are loads you had to pick up, right? Or you had your load on you already.
No, I'm picking up. I'm picking up Heinz,
Oh, you're trying to like maneuver.
Michigan.
Are you bobtailed over there?
No, I brung this big ass or big butt trailer in
Uh-huh.
here. You should have seen the coming in here. And then yeah, I had some
Uh-huh.
damn four wheeler blocking one area. I wanted to just like
Mhm.
nudge him out of the way.
Couldn't it
I was like,
yeah.
yeah, there's not much room
Those are the
here.
pesky ones. Not much, yeah. You got a bunch of 53 sitting over there, so you definitely not gonna have enough room.
Yeah, yeah,
They
and
all
you
a
know,
bunched over there.
like if another truck came in and parked next to me, there's no way he's getting that. There's no way, not none. I don't even see it with the switcher.
Mhm. Right. Is it one in the yard?
Yeah, there's one here
They put
too.
one in the
Shit
yard?
money,
Okay.
stop it. People don't know what that is, and I don't want to have to have a conversation about that. So we're not, we're not
Uh,
yeah.
another word
No, don't even
for
say it. Don't even say it,
is
Lance.
jockey,
Don't even say it.
yard jockey.
We're not gonna not say that, sir.
Shake money.
Here,
Okay.
hold on.
Anywho,
Here, you see that white truck right there?
yep.
That's what they call a switcher or a yard
The
jockey.
switcher. Oh, yard jockey. Yep. Mhm. Yep, that's the yard jockey.
Listen,
It's
remember,
a
kids are
single
watching this.
axle. They got better maneuverability. They can jackknife them better. Yeah.
Steve,
Yeah.
this is what happens when you got truckers on your show. Truckers, they got to do all that beep, beep, beep,
Eh,
beep. You know what I mean?
and a lot of
yeah.
MFs.
Oh,
Yep.
oh my gosh, I love it. Hey, Timothy says
We're gonna
Tua should
turn
be
Miss
at
Fins
least
into a
three
trucker.
on the list. Oh God, no, no, I'm good. I
What
don't
do you
even
say?
like driving regularly. Timothy said Tua should be at least three on this list. Well, Timothy, I don't know if you're just coming in or not, but this list is based on ranking the QB 2020 draft top five QBs picked. Who do you want for your next 5 years? And the three qualifications that we put into this is considering health, considering the team head coach that they have, the scheme that they run, and the offensive players they have, like weapons, O line, and then the third thing being the Super Bowl potential for that quarterback. Can this quarterback get you to the Super Bowl? So, having all of that said, um, yeah, the ranking is the ranking. We even went by a point system, and right now, Jordan Love number one, Burrow two, Justin Herbert three, Jalen Hurts 204. I mean, Jalen Hurts four, 205, and that is the same ranking that the former Vikings GM and Shannon Sharp went ahead and kind of won with it. So
His
there you
eyes
go.
are exploding right now.
Whose eyes?
Timothy's. He's a tuner.
Oh, well, I don't. I love Timothy. And it's got nothing to do with Tua. Like he was, it's
I know.
it's
He did
it's
make number one
overall.
in one.
He
He
did,
did make
yeah,
number
he did
one.
make number one.
He did
Yeah,
Right.
when
the
it
most
comes to
popular.
That's
Absolutely.
Yes,
It's not even a close. Most
The most
popular, the
popular.
highest grossing and sales, nobody
highest
like
making.
Tua.
Yep, yep.
Nobody
Yeah.
like
So
Tua.
therefore, we're going to have him
He
for the
was able
next
to get
10
enough in the
years,
categories.
Yeah.
Right. The most highest grossing.
and
Yeah.
that's why we're going
Exactly.
to keep him for
There
the
you
next
have
10
it,
years.
Timothy.
It
Yeah,
depends.
that too,
It
Lance.
depends. But
The most
anyways,
grossing. If
Lance,
he's putting money in the owner's pockets, oh yeah, you better believe it.
Yep.
oh, he absolutely is
Ross,
putting money
Ross
in
has
his
seen the
owner's
money
pocket.
sign.
That's exactly what he's there for. So, but Lance, I appreciate you. Any other thing? Do you agree with this overall list?
Yeah.
Your final
I mean,
thought?
none.
Um,
Peace out.
All right. I love it,
all right,
buddy.
Lance.
Thanks for coming through.
Drive safe, Lance.
Yes.
All right, brother.
We'll see you around, Lance.
Talk to
Yep.
y'all. Talk to you later, Miss Phins.
See ya. Crypto. Anything else you got on this list? Anything else that you would have
Pretty
changed or even
pretty interesting
considered?
topic. That we'll make you a pretty interesting topic. I'm definitely hoping that you don't get blacklisted. You
I don't
know.
worry about that.
No,
Lance,
they better not touch that third rail. They can't go down there that
I
route.
don't care.
But it's been fun to do a non subjective but objective exercise when it comes to that draft class, because they're
Yeah,
always going to be linked together, because there's enough of
always.
them that
Till
had
the
some
end
success
of
at the NFL
time.
level. Right. Because they've had success at the NFL level, kind of like Marino's draft class. Early in
Exactly.
their
They all
years,
have
they
had
they
it
was always
success.
they was always tied to each other throughout their careers, because they've all had success early enough to warrant them being linked forever.
And you know
You
what?
know.
Uh,
And
it's
so
been
yeah, Marino's draft class was compared that way. Peyton Manning's
he was
draft
drafted
class
in
was
what? Yeah, 84, right?
83. Yeah,
83.
83. Yeah. That was the Marino. He was and the crazy, because he was ranked, he was drafted one slot after Jordan Love was. Go figure.
Damn.
He was
I'm.
drafted 27th.
Ooh, that
Yep.
draft class. Holy smokes. Yo,
Yep.
you,
You, you see him with
you
Elway
got
in there,
John Elway, Todd
Blackledge,
Blackledge, Jim Kelly,
Tim
Tony
Gelly.
Eason,
Yeah, that
Ken
was good.
O'Brien,
All of them
Dan
been to the Super
Marino.
Bowl, things except Blackledge,
Holy,
right? And Eason. Yeah.
the highest number of first round picks for the position was in 1983.
Yep. 83.
That's crazy.
Loaded at the
Oh,
quarterback position.
snap.
Marino slid to us, and that was the rest was history.
Oh, snap. Get the heck out of here, man. Get out of
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, they linking them to the 83 class as far as most coming out and being good, starting out good. Was that
Jesus,
83 draft class.
that's insane. Like,
They had a bunch of tours and burrows at the college level coming out. And that's what made it difficult. That's
yeah,
why Marino ended up sliding to us. And then, some bad rumors that was put out there to him kind of
yeah,
helped
we know
too.
the rumors. Holy smokes. Yeah, I can't think of a better draft class than that. That's insane. And I mean, Jim Kelly,
Right.
shout out to the U. That's the main reason why we
Yeah,
even look at him.
exactly.
But dang, I
Hmm.
can't. Like, that's insane. That 83 draft class. That 83 draft
Yeah.
class. So even, and you know what? If we were to run the same kind of exercise with that draft class, I mean,
Hmm.
let's be honest, overall, if you were to have them for the next 5 years, how do you not put, how do you literally not put um John Elway as number one? Like, I don't know how
No,
you don't put John Elway as number one with his level of success. You know what I mean? Like, it literally makes no sense.
I think I
And
got an issue. Hang
can
on.
you hear me? Can you hear me? Mm.
Okay, can you hear me now? I'm having an issue with my thing going
Yeah,
in
can you
and
hear
out.
me? Can you hear
My
me?
network connection is going in and out. I can hear
Oh
you.
no. You can hear me? Okay, I was saying that
Yes.
if you were to run the same kind of exercise in the 1983 draft,
Hmm.
how can you not put John Elway as number one? You know what I mean? If you're gonna have him for the next
Yeah.
5 years, you know. And
Yeah.
I
Then
love
John Elway will
Marino,
be number one.
but how do you
Elway
not
will
put
be
him
number
number
one
one?
on that list. Yep. Elway
Let's,
will
you know
actually
what?
make it to the top
Let's do it since people think that we're such non-homers,
because
but
Marino wouldn't even be one on that list as far as thing. He'll be number two.
I don't even know if you could put two because Jim Kelly went to four Super Bowls.
So three. Yeah. So he's coming in at third. Then
So you
if you
got to take.
adding Kelly going to the Super Bowl that many times, we got to remember Kelly did go to the Super Bowl. One of the well, he still ended up there another three times. So even if you take away one of them that he shouldn't have been in, he still got there another three times and should have won.
Yeah,
That kick made him not win one. So yeah. So
but if
Kelly
you
will,
it
but
was that wide
the thing
right,
is,
wasn't it? Yeah.
Marino health. Yeah, it's close. It's neck and neck because it's Kelly's Super Bowl
Oh,
appearances is what making him up there so
yeah,
much.
that's the only reason why. But
Yeah.
overall, I still think Marino was a better quarterback than Kelly, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Uh,
he's a much better quarterback, but
but he had a better team.
yeah,
You put Marino and Jim Kelly's team, and I think Marino is winning at least two of those four Super Bowls, in my opinion, at
yeah.
least.
He's winning.
So,
Oh yeah, if he's a Buffalo Bill, then he possibly can win all of them. If he's a
I
Bill,
mean, but are we wrong?
I ain't gonna
like,
lie. Yeah.
if you put Marino into that Buffalo team, because I think they had a better team that except '84. I think that '84 Dolphins team they should have absolutely won that Super Bowl, man. But besides that one, in the other ones, the other four that Jim Kelly went into, yeah, I could absolutely totally see Marino being a Buffalo Bills. I think at least minimum, I'm gonna be nice and say just two Super Bowls. He might have won. I'm with you on that one. So considering all of that, let's rank them. So where would you put Elway? I think Elway would have to be consensus number one overall. Is that
Mhm.
wrong to say?
No,
Who,
it's yeah. I would
who would
put
you?
him there, given that he's got five Super Bowl appearances and three wins or two wins out of the five or something like that.
Yeah. So if you were to go there, if Marino
Finished his
had
career with
Thurman
a
Thomas,
bang.
yeah. Hey, Mudbone, I'm with you. If Marino had Thurman Thomas, uh, we would have won the Super Bowl. I can't even deny that.
We'd have won all of those Super Bowls, if he
All of
had
those,
Thurman.
yeah, we
He
would
was
have
the
won
difference
all.
maker against us. I would argue and say we'd have won all of the four that they lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm with you on that one. So John Elway won, Kelly two, or Marino two, because you still have. Remember, you still have Tony Eason, Ken O'Brien, Todd
Hmm.
Blackledge.
I'm gonna go Blackledge last.
Okay.
He had a little success in KC, but he kind of his career kind of tailed off because of his injuries and stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, Blackledge last, Eason fourth, or Eason fourth. Ken O'Brien, no, Ken O'Brien's Eason's been to a Super Bowl, but Ken O'Brien was a better regular season quarterback.
Okay.
So I would go, you know, 4B, 4A,
Okay. No, that's fine. That's fine.
4B.
That's why we're doing this real quick with
And
the 1980.
Marino, between him and Kelly being second, you can toggle the two. Cause Marino
Yeah.
has such great success. Even that some of the playoffs was okay, his success, enough wins in there. But it's just that since Kelly did do four Super Bowls, he at least got at least what, at least seven or eight playoff wins, and then even the ones that they lost in
One,
the in the
two,
playoffs.
two,
Yeah.
four. I think it would come out to. Hold on, I'll tell you
Come
right
out
now.
to it should come out to almost 8 playoff wins or nine, probably more than that if you're not counting the championship games he's been to.
If you're not counting the championship, Jim Kelly went through how many playoff
Because
games?
remember back then it was you get a bye, then you win another game, and then you're in the Super Bowl. So at least two per year. So that's eight right there with the four Super Bowl appearances.
Yeah,
So
let me
that's at
see.
least eight playoff wins for him. One of those years they didn't have to
Postseason
play
right
with him
now.
because of
I
Frank
got you.
Reich.
I got you right now. So postseason, he went to 17 games. He started all 17 games. He went 9-8.
9-8. Okay, that's what I was saying. He at least won
So,
eight,
so he won.
getting
So
to
he
four
won
Super Bowls.
nine
Yeah,
postseason games, and then
right.
Constantine Marino or Mr. Danny,
I
Uncle
think Marino
Danny.
won only six or seven or seven. I think he's
So
7-8.
put it up right now. Pop culture, blah blah blah. My lord, I love this man. Okay,
I think
post.
Marino's either one game over or one game under. I think he's one game under.
Yep, one game under. So Marino played
One game
18
under.
games.
Yeah.
Started all 18 games. He went 8-10. So one game
Yep.
less. So
Jim Kelly. Yep.
technically,
That's
you'd have
almost
to
a
put.
tie. Damn.
Yeah, you see what I
Technically,
mean?
Kelly. Yeah, they so close as far as success at the postseason.
The postseason is practically the same success. The difference is one went to what, three more Super Bowls or two
Yeah,
more
three
Super
more
Bowls
Super Bowls.
or three more Super Bowls.
Yep,
Yeah.
three more Super Bowl appearances. That's it.
So it took at least three more shots, but other than that, so I guess technically you'd have to put Jim Kelly second only because of the Super Bowl appearances, and then Dan Marino third. So
Yeah,
there
but
you have
Marino dusts them in every other, all the other ones.
it, dude.
I think if you add point system, Marino actually might edge him out.
Really?
They had Marv Levy, Thurman Thomas. They had a pretty good team too.
They had
Even
a
though we had a
really
good
good
team too.
team.
So
Yeah, but they had a
yeah,
really good team. There's a good team, and then there's
yeah,
a really good team. This is why I
we
say,
had
in
no
my
running
opinion,
back.
if we were to have, if Marino was in that Bills team, they win at least two Super Bowls. At least two. Now you also have to consider too. What's his name? Only played for 10 years. Kelly only played for 10 years. Marino played way more than that.
Longer.
He played for
So the
15 seasons.
longevity would give him health and longevity gives Marino the edge. He
So
has higher numbers when it comes
you're
to health
gonna
and
have
longevity.
to, because even if you take a look at it, even if you were to just go based on, let's say,
Health
um,
Marino torches all of them,
oh yeah, because he
even
played them,
Elway, as far as the health. But yeah, they were Iron Man quarterbacks back then. They
and
not
they played
most
real,
quarterbacks played the full 16 games.
they played real football,
Yeah, they
not
played
this
real football.
baby paper league crap that they have now. It's why I can't take serious when people try to tell me that. No, Miss Fans, you. It
Hmm.
was harder back then. It's hard because they're more athletic.
All right.
They're faster. I
Yeah,
can't, bro.
faster.
I
Okay.
can't.
How
Okay,
about
just
pound for pound, less equipment and all this other stuff, and you were
well,
really hitting players back then.
hitting players too. That's this is why I can't take nobody serious. We're going off a tangent, people. I know, but I can't take people serious when they say LeBron over Michael Jordan. I'm like, it's not even fair to LeBron. Don't do this to LeBron and try to compare him to Michael Jordan. It's not even
Yeah.
close.
Larry Bird
When
blew
a
up the.
when you're
Larry Bird
when
blew up the NBA last night when he made the comment about
what did he say?
LeBron being better. He said LeBron's the GOAT. Well,
Please
that blew everybody up. People had live streams, NBA live stream. Everybody was going nuts when Larry Bird said that.
get the hell out of
They
here.
said LeBron's a GOAT. Well, when another legend comes out and says somebody else is the GOAT, it's gonna make
Yeah,
headline news.
get the hell out of
Well, yeah,
here.
Larry Bird said that last night.
Bird, get out of here. First of all, I can't stand the Celtics, period.
Yeah,
And second, like,
exactly.
bro, you actually played versus the go. Get out of here. You're only saying that just to get some clout or whatever. This is why I can't.
And he
I
was
can't stand.
there doing the Michael Jordan 63-point outer against the top defense that the Celtics had at that time.
This is
And he
what I
put up
can't.
60 on them. That's probably why he said that, because he still kind of feels some kind of way about that game, even
Look,
after years later.
come on, man. You can't even follow. You can't even look at a guy without getting a technical in this league. Get out of here, please. It's not even.
Yeah.
It doesn't even compare. This is why I don't like talking about basketball because then I turn into Miss Heat, and I'm like, because I
Okay.
the Miami Heat are my team, but
Oh, okay.
huge Jordan Bulls fan, but even then, it's not because I'm a Bulls fan. Look at what he had to do.
Gotcha.
See,
Yeah.
um, he played versus Hall of Famers, actual Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
When a foul, you can break your
Right.
nose, be bleeding, and still play in the same game. You'll just go off, fix it, stick some up there, clean it out. Let's go.
Yep.
Maybe a common foul if they call it.
Yep.
Nowadays, you can't even post up on somebody. You can't even hand check without being called a foul for reaching. Like,
Yep. You're
I
right.
can't stand this. I can't stand this team, this league when it comes to football. It's just sucks. But yeah, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's our basketball take. I don't even know why we went extra, but we just did it for both the 1983 quarterback class and the 2020. Can you believe that? What is that? 17 years later, right? 17 years or 27 years
Mm-mm.
later?
No,
Oh,
37.
37 years later?
Yep. 37
Damn!
years. That's how
So,
fast time goes by from that class to his draft class. You will know it's crazy. That butterfly effect of that draft class is the reason Tua is here. Because had Marino won was just one of those Super Bowls, that would altered one of the years in our tanking and
you would have,
drafting years, which means Tua wouldn't
you,
even be a Dolphin.
bro, we already went through this, but let's do it again because it's Dolphins related. So people see, oh, okay, we're still talking Dolphins. Okay. If Tua, if Dan Marino would have won the Super Bowl, he doesn't retire in '98. Jimmy Johnson is not trying to get him off the team. We actually in '99, sorry, when he retired, '99. And he would have been
99.
here in 2000, and we would have had him and Barry playing. You mean to tell me that Dan Marino
Yep.
with Barry as his running back,
Yep.
man, they would have been together for at least an extra 3 years, 4 years. So you're talking about the year 2000, year 2001, year 2002, year 2003.
At least
What
2000.
happened
It
within
would have had
those
an ending like John Elway. His ending basically would have been identical to John Elway's ending,
and it would have been
winning in the
Super
last
Bowl,
two.
Super Bowl,
Yeah.
Super Bowl. And guess what
Yep.
happens, ladies and gentlemen? There is no Tom Brady, no Drew Bledsoe, no Brady dynasty. Because they would have
Yeah. Yeah.
won the
That's no Brady then.
2001, 2002, and 2003 Super Bowl. So this
Yep. That
is
would have delayed Brady's rise. You know,
absolutely.
if it ever
And
would have been a rise, because that
but
means
who's to say they would
Brady
have?
probably wouldn't even been picked by them, because
That's
Bledsoe would
my
have been given a
point.
longer shot.
Bledsoe would have been given a longer shot, and there's no way. And I don't think Brady would have been picked regardless by them. They might have been picked. He might have gone undrafted.
Brady, yeah, he could have. Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's also a possibility too.
I
The
mean, he was
Brady era don't even
199.
exist.
So
Yeah,
you mean to tell me that means that the Dolphins would have been reigning supreme, would have actually had a dynasty themselves at the Letter Park? Come on, man. Barry and Dan Marino, they would have done it for at least they would have contended for at least 3, 4 years, maybe even 5. Man, Dan Marino, even at his later part of his year, he was still chucking it up. Are you kidding me?
right.
He was still chucking it up,
Yeah,
and the only reason is because he got injured in '99, and that's why he only played 11 games. Had he not gotten injured, it would have been fine.
Yeah.
But the next year in 2000, he would have had Barry because that's exactly what they were trying to do. They were trying to
Yep.
have both of them together. So yeah, I'm
Yep.
telling you
They
right
put
now,
Barry on the team, and that would have been his running back, like Terrell Davis did for Elway. Boom, he got his 3, 4 Super Bowls. He goes off in the sunset. Now our draft classes are different as far as the way we picking quarterbacks to succeed him.
no Chad Pennington because Chad Pennington
Yep,
was
no
what
Chad
2000,
Pennington. Yep,
2000 what 2000
seven,
seven or
2007,
whatever.
2008. Yeah.
Yeah, but I
Mm-hmm.
think he'll still would have played at least 5 more seasons, man. Because and this is the thing. Yeah, he got injured, but with Barry, you don't think that man would have actually gotten into it? That you're giving me an extra 5 seasons of Dan Marino.
But
Let's
remember,
just say,
yeah,
go ahead,
Barry would
go
have
ahead.
been up there in age. They could have been drafting at that one. Ronnie Brown or somebody else could have been a good slide in for behind him to support it. So
Yeah, but
it would have totally throw off who you drafting at running back, who you drafting at or quarterbacks to succeed Marino. You could have bleeded right into the Andrew Luck era, or let something
oh my
could have led
God,
us
dude,
into the
dude, 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 dude. Andrew Luck was drafted what class? What year? 2007,
2000.
I think.
Yeah, something like that. No,
Andrew.
was it 7?
No, 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 no.
Mm-mm, he was
12.
later than that.
Yeah, he
12,
was
yeah.
later.
He
He
was
was
in
in the
Russell Wilson's
2010s.
draft class. Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. I think it was 2000.
Mm.
Oh my God, we almost have the same birthday. 12th. I'm September 15th. Hey. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah.
My
Let's.
brother,
Yep,
September 12th.
2012. He was drafted in 2012. Yes.
Mm.
So he was in 2012 draft. Well, that 2012, 2013, right? Holy
Mm-hmm.
smokes. But prior to him, right? Because we're thinking Marino would have played what to, conservatively speaking, because he kept his body good. You have Jason Taylor, you have
He
Zach
only had
Thomas.
one major injury. Yeah.
Yeah, he only had that one major injury. That's it. So he knows how to keep his body going. You have, and forget it, there's no Brady rule. We still have real football. So you still have Zach Taylor. I mean, Zach Taylor.
Thomas.
Zach Thomas, Jason
Mm-hmm.
Taylor in your defense. Hello.
Yeah.
Because that's still the early 2000s. You got Marino as your QB. You bring Barry in. You think Barry would have played what, like 3 seasons with him?
At least 3. Yeah, 2 or 3.
So 2020, 2020, 2000, 2001, 2002 would have been the three
In
years,
2002.
right?
And that could lead us right into Ronnie Brown or Aaron Rodgers if they both retire. There you go. If we use one of them as a phase out year, we could have gotten to Aaron Rodgers.
But Aaron Rodgers draft,
That's the tricky part, Miss
he
Fins.
got
We win
drafted
in
in
'99,
2005.
win in '99,
No,
2000,
even if,
intentionally
wait,
tank, and we could get Rodgers.
hold up. No, because he was 2005 draft. He was in the 2005 draft. So you would have had Barry. I think Barry would have. I think Barry, if they see success, let's say, and they win in 2000, 2001, 2002, right? Because that's the years that we're thinking that they would win. Then you have 2003, 2004. That's probably when you perhaps, if you do a tank year, will be 2004. But I doubt it, man. You mean to tell me they wouldn't have been able to? Who were the Super Bowl winners for 2000? Well, we know it was the Patriots, but who did they play against? Super Bowl 2000s. Okay, in 2000, it was. Oh, that's the Rams. That was the Tennessee Titans versus the Rams in 2000. Okay. In 2001 was Baltimore Ravens defeating the Giants. Okay. In 2002 was the Patriots and and St. Louis Rams. So in this case, it looks like it was the Rams having that little run with with the greatest show on turf. That's what that was. You still hear me? Oh man, I guess he's out. Oh, it's a bummer. That's a bummer. I know it's a little bit quiet. Man, I was now actually enjoying this. I was actually enjoying this topic. I think crypto's I think his internet went out. Well, crypto, thank you for coming through, man. But Marino was done by 99. He couldn't move at all anymore. He said it himself. He couldn't get away from the rush. G man, I get it, but you never know, man. You never know. What's up, Trucker Sean? Trucker Sean, how you doing? Love it. Look, all I'm saying is the greatest show on turf. You've got that actually kind of makes sense. You got 2000 with the Rams. Yeah, I do think that they would have won that one in 2000. 2001, it ended up being the Ravens beating the Giants. That's what's his name's Ray Lewis's first Super Bowl. So I can see how they beat him. And then 2002 would have been oof, that's rough. Yeah. So I think 2000. Yeah, I think it's a 2002 Super Bowl. I think the Dolphins would have won that with Barry. And I think that I don't know if the Ravens make it to the Super Bowl if we have Barry. So yeah, the early 2000. I would say the only one that I would still keep would be the 2000 Super Bowl. I think that one would still be the same greatest show on turf, with the Rams versus the Tennessee Titans. But then in 2001, I actually think it would be. I still think it would be the Dolphins representing the AFC. Yeah. So, but there you have it. It's interesting. You know that butterfly effect. We always love to go ahead and go through it. Um, Um, but yeah, I appreciate you guys definitely coming through. I'll tell you this, it's nothing but fun, guys. It's the off season. This is why we have these conversations. But if you're just coming through, go ahead and take a look at it. We've been talking about ranking the 2020 quarterbacks for the next 5 years. And then we kind of went on a tangent for the last like 30 minutes. But ladies and gentlemen, again, this is Miss Fins. I'm Miss Fins. We will see you tomorrow. We're gonna have so much fun. We're gonna continue to enjoy ourselves, and we're gonna continue to talk about, honestly, just more football. It's the off season. Enjoy yourselves. It's a nice little break from talking overall just Dolphin stuff. So I'll see you and catch you guys tomorrow. I appreciate all you guys coming through. Hit that like button on your way out, and if you're catching the replay, thank you so much for coming through. Everybody on Twitter and Twitch, I appreciate you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will see you tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Take care, guys. And as always, fins up and bye bye.